Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper Viperland, and I'm back. We're here. It's more fun times in the House of Fata Morgana. You know, always good, for sure. Only happiness awaits. Also, hey, Ramen and Sora, how you doing? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Picking up exactly where we left off with barrels. Definitely a place with happy memories and good times abound. Obviously. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots of barrels. And Mikhail, I forgot how long that one was. Mikhail having a great time with barrels, as anyone would. Because barrels clearly aren't bad, nor the area. Man, I thought it was going to be cool in here once I turned off the AC. It is not. Pun Taru's best Taru is true. It would be nice if, you know, it was English, but. Huh? Mikhail having bad times. My head feels like someone drove a spike through it. What's going on? Am I in the cellar? Good sound effects too. What? My hands are tied behind my back. Yeah, yes, I hate JRPGs because I haven't learned literal Japanese. I haven't learned a second language, especially a language very far removed from my native language, just to be able to understand them better. What am I doing down here? Wait. Giselle? Giselle? Say something, Giselle. Unable to make any sort of sense out of my circumstances, it's not long after regained consciousness that panic begins to sink in. And the most unsettling thing of all, the most frightening detail, is the fact that I can't hear her voice. Awake, are we? Are you the one who brought me here? I mean, I know we got a bad ending last night, but this ain't looking better right now. So, maybe we'll say something clever. Seems likely. What? You don't remember this morning? Morning? Right, I woke up because I heard someone enter the room. Then he hit me over the head. I'm shocked you didn't remember that immediately, because when I think of things that people often remember, it's being startled awake before being blunt force smacked over the head. Yeah. You're not dead, at least. That's good. What do you hope to accomplish by tying me up and bringing me down here? Remember what I said last night at supper about me putting on a little sideshow for you? What? I was reenacting the Last Supper. You was the guest of honor. Oh, now I see. And you were asking if I had any family or friends. You were trying to find out if anyone would notice if I disappeared, if anyone would make any noise. You're sharper than you look. If only you'd called on yesterday. Please, Giselle, say something. Giselle. It's typical frat bro behavior. Yeah. You know. I mean, what else are you going to do when somebody pledges to a frat? You knock them unconscious, tie them up, bring them to the basement. You know, normal fraternity things. Why won't you answer me? Why can't I hear your voice? Why can't I feel you there? You're a quiet one. But you'd be a little louder. What made you decide to get rid of me? Did the nun say something? She has nothing to do with this. Lies. I have permission from the Lord to act at my own discretion. Should I come across anyone acting suspicious? This doesn't seem the least bit wrong to you. I wouldn't say that. You're an acquaintance's friend who made a long trip to come see him, and I have you tied up in the cellar. That's not what I would consider right. No. But seeing as you're good enough friends for him to let you stay here, I assume he's also spilled everything. close. We knew before we got here. From the future. He never did. He never had what it took, that boy. If I were to guess, got to be too much for him to handle, so he went to a friend, to you. Leave him out of this. I see. So how much did he tell you? If you come clean, I might even let you go. Sure, not even you believe that, Bestia. Come on. We're tied up in a basement that I'm going to have to assume is soundproof if you expected us to be louder than we are. Why lie now? Why lie now? Get rid of him. Have you take his place? I said leave him out of this. So you're determined not to talk, are you? What a loyal friend. Listen to me. Listen? Oh, I'm listening. Because you have a lot of talking to do. I don't have many chances to let loose, so I'll be taking as much time as I can get today. He says in an eerily flat tone of voice as he draws nearer, pausing between each step as if to taunt me. And when he reaches me, struggling to get off the ground, he slams his heel into my shoulder. Not being able to use your hands makes you appreciate how much easier it is to stand up when you can, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't imagine many people have practiced trying to get up with their hands tied. I haven't. Help! Someone, please help! Yeah, gonna assume that it's fairly soundproof down here. Don't waste your energy. No one ever comes back this far. The door is so heavy, your screams would never make it out. Excuse me. But that's the least of your worries. The door to the cellar has been locked, and the only key is right here. There's no getting in. If you can run fast enough, you might have a chance at making it to the door and escaping. Want to test your luck? I hope you can make it. Especially because we know you can throw that sword fairly accurately. I mean, I guess Mikhail doesn't know. We know. He puts the full weight of his body into his heel, pressing down on my spine, turning my breaths into gasping sputters. I gather together all my strength, but even that isn't enough to overpower him. Now, you're going to tell me everything. What are you and the boys scheming? What's your endgame? Who else is in on it? Damn it. I don't have many options here. What can I even do in this situation? Tell me what I want to know, and maybe I'll let you live. Again, you know there's nothing we can do. Why lie here? Also, Eric, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in chat. How you doing? Guess I have no choice but to tell him the truth. Alright, fine. I'll tell you everything. Just to know that this isn't some attempt to beg for mercy. I came to this mansion in order to unlock the door to the observation tower and free Morgana. Mel was not the one who told me about her, though. I went to him and asked for his assistance. He didn't have to tell me because I already knew, both about her and what you're doing to her, stealing her blood and making medicine from it. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to hear the truth. Who told you then? Morgana did. Morgana's soul told me everything. I'm not from this time. I lived in a time after her death.
Fishy!
Yeah, he's definitely going to believe all of this. It takes me several moments to process what just happened. A fire runs up my arm from my little finger, only turning into pain when it finally reaches my brain. Twist my head back to see the man on top of me holding my right hand. My finger snapped backwards at the second joint. I'll ask you again. Who told you? Morgana did. She dies on the day of the Harvest Festival. Next up is your ring finger, and then your middle if you insist on keeping this up. Oh, no problem. I hope you enjoy the empty can. See, it's an empty can because it has limitless potential. You could fill it with whatever you want. Yeah, you might want to get the nasty, dank pond water out of it first, but you know, after you clean it... Oh, cool. Card sale. Telling you the truth, she bears so much hatred she casts a curse on your souls. I've seen what happens in your next life. Well, now you're resorting to souls and next lives. I'm genuinely impressed. What lies are you going to cook up next, white-haired knave? If I don't set Morgana free, your souls will be enslaved for all eternity, imprisoned in this cursed mansion. When the bell tolls noon on the day of the Harvest Festival, you'll lose everything. All of you will. You cannot escape it unless you do something. And the nun, the reason you locked Morgana up in the first place, she won't be safe either. She'll be killed. Yeah, he thinks he's trying to torture the truth out of me, but we're giving it freely. 2 fingers left. Can you keep up the act that long? Everything I'm saying is the truth. I've seen it all with my own 2 eyes. Why are you so insistent on maintaining this farce? Is it to protect the boy, or do you have some other motive? Every last word is true. Continuing to lie isn't going to make this any easier. Your voice is shaking. The pain's starting to get to you, isn't it? No, it's not. No kidding. Shirtless battle guy with a guitar. Yeah, you know. Perfectly normal stuff. You're doing to Morgana, it achieves nothing. You must release her and atone for your sins. Otherwise your soul and the souls of those you care about will be doomed to suffering. I see what this is now. You don't have the information I want, so all you can do is spin these lies. You thick-skulled bastard. There are other options, though. Beg me for mercy. Sob like a little child, sniveling your "please don't kill me" and "I don't want to die" and "it hurts so bad, please stop." Grovel on the ground, you tiny, pathetic man, and if you can entertain me, maybe I'll consider it. We all know you're not gonna. Never shed another tear, and I will never beg for your damn mercy. Nothing I've said to you has been a lie. Some cheap attempt to fool you to letting me go. Every word of it is true. I know the sins you've burdened your soul with. I know the fate that awaits you in your next life, and I will gladly tell you every detail. You're down to just your thumb. Now, go on, if you're so eager to tell me. Let's hear about my supposed next life, shall we? In your next life, you lose your memory in an accident, causing you to forget your own humanity. The innate savagery you normally keep hidden beneath a mask is released, unrestricted, and you turn into a creature, no more than, no, you turn into a beast. My mask. You murder countless people, including the woman you once called your lover. Lover. Hers is a name you know very well. Pauline, your tether. My tether. How do you know that word? Because I know everything. I know what you wanted. I know what you were never able to obtain. You idolized humanity and you yearned for peace. You're telling me I kill the nun in my next life. I am. That's the fate that lies waiting for you. Her love for you is so strong she refuses to believe you're dead. She leaves her seaside hometown in search of you, and she finds you. But you slaughter her. Did you say she lived in a city on the sea? In addition to her, you also lose someone else, a woman who tried to give you the peace you so desired. How do you know I'm into pet play, bro? which eventually causes you to succumb entirely to instinct. No. Okay. Alright. Fine. Now I know what you are. You're no mere seasoned liar. You're some kind of evil spirit that deceives humans. Oh, okay, so souls and reincarnations is too far. But evil spirits, sure. We can't be telling the truth about being from the future and knowing things because pure hatred can live on through generations and souls. But an evil spirit that knows about you and came here to lie to you. Yeah. Okay. You're right, one of those two things seems drastically more likely than the other. You're peering into my heart, tailoring your lies specifically to manipulate me. I am not. I swear, I've seen everything that happens. No. But there's a chance you can change your fate. All you have to do is cease your involvement in Morgana's imprisonment, set her free, allay the hatred she bears for you. Are you deaf? I've said I've heard enough. Release Morgana. Save your soul. Give her a better future. Silence. Well, I think I'll take your arm off first. Cut right through your shoulder, nice and slowly. Don't. Well, at least someone's having fun. Just one. It'll still be attached for a while yet. Don't you worry. You hear that, spirit? That's the sound of your flesh ripping apart. The sound of your muscles being severed. Not going to be doing much talking anymore, are you? Not through the pain, you aren't. Well, plead for your life, spirit. Beg for mercy. Admit it was all a sham. Apologize. Let the room fill with your cries of agony. Nothing was a sham. Every last word, it's all the truth. Now rip that head right off your shoulders. Don't care who or what you are anymore. You're dead. You will do no such thing. Oh. Get back. You will not harm him further. Pauline. What? What are you doing here, Pauline? I told you to stay away. And the door was locked. I opened it. You. No, this is not. This is not. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. One of Nellie's hairpins was long enough to get into the lock and undo it. She won't be getting much use out of it anymore, though. Busted it up pretty badly in the process. The locks on the tower door are too complex, but the one here is a lot simpler. Bet you never expected me to go cat burglaring you, huh? You stupid boy. Oh, what was your question last night again? Something about being on the edge of a cliff or whatever? Well, here's your answer. I'll do everything I can to save both of them. This is terrible. How could you? Oh my, you're badly hurt. Sit tight, I'll call for a doctor. Don't worry about me. You need to talk to him. Get him to talk. Gotta do something about you, though. I'll get that wound patched up at least, until you can get it properly checked out. Thank you. Was it you who went to get Pauline? No, I ran into her while I was looking for you, which is when she told me she was looking for him. Neither of us were having any luck, so we scoured the mansion together, and when we reached the stairs to the cellar and heard the screaming, my worst fears were confirmed. So I picked the lock, and here we are. Sorry we didn't make it sooner. This could have been avoided. God, look at what he did to you. There's so much blood in your fingers. No, you made it just in time. My arm's still attached, and I'm not dead. Neither of which would be true without you. So I guess that means I actually did something good. Excuse me for once. Phone, why are you still going off? Okay. You did something for someone other than myself. That you did. So everything Mikhail said is true? The Lord isn't storing his valuables in the tower. He's got a girl locked up there. Well, is it true or not? It's still the Lord's property, either way. The church is being funded with her miracle blood, so that makes her valuable, yes. So you're saying I've been handing out human blood and telling people it was medicine? Not human, witch. No, Morgana is a human girl. She hasn't become a witch yet, at least, not here. All this time, I've been lying to the people who believe in me, without even knowing what I was doing. Like you said, you didn't know. You haven't done anything wrong. Ignorance does not excuse sin. All that time I spent with you, and I didn't notice anything wrong. And that was the idea. You weren't supposed to notice anything. It's really trying to actually her, yes. Uh-huh. Sure is. Like, dude, you've been caught quite literally red-handed. Just give it up, man. It's not your fault I deceived you. It's unreasonable to think you should have been able to. All that, you did it to help me though, didn't you? This stupid little girl, I assumed it was all out of the good of your heart. Never once stopping to think any deeper than that, about where it was all coming from. Maria was right, I was blind. I was content to be pleased about the people I thought it was helping. I want you to do something for me. I want you to set this girl, set Morgana free. Please, do not make your sins any greater than they already are. But without the witch's blood, we lose the Lord's patronage, and then the church. What is a church that isn't actually saving anyone? Actually, no, that's avoiding the point entirely. What do you mean? To tell you the truth, I never really cared about the church at all. You... what? How can you say that when you've always been so unconditionally charitable, even if it meant giving away food or money you needed yourself? People call you the saintess because that's what you are, a saint. It's true, I do that, but the fact is I'm no saint. I don't deserve to be held up as one, nor do I belong in that position. Just an ordinary girl. I never wanted to be a nun, you know? I just didn't have any other options available to me. And I sure didn't have the confidence to make it out there on my own like Maria. So I did as I was told. And to keep myself from thinking it was a mistake, from feeling dissatisfied with that choice, I put everything I had into my responsibilities to the church. My unconditional charity was rooted entirely in selfishness. The longer I kept it up, the harder it became to stop. Forget what I really wanted. And what would that be? Yeah, he's just super hot for nuns, huh? A normal, happy life as an ordinary girl. In a city on the water. What? That's what you said your dream was for your next life. Ah, right. Yeah, a quiet life with the man I love. You might get that wish, in fact. Huh? That's what you said, wasn't it? That in her next life she lives in a city by the sea. That's correct. In your next life, Pauline, you are not a nun. You are an ordinary girl who lives in a seaside city. A sweet, cheerful, energetic girl who wears her heart on her sleeve. You have both your mother and father. And I. So you believe me now? I don't know. Your claims are utterly ridiculous, but it's getting harder to think you're lying. If that's what you really wanted, Pauline, what should I have done instead? Not murdered people. Not murdered people. Or at the very least become a really good mercenary so you get paid get paid really well for murdering people. Like, straight up, she's not even mad that he's killed people. She doesn't even know he's killed people. Maybe don't take... How old at this rate? Isn't Morgana like 12 or something? I forget exactly how old she is. She's young, though. Don't... 16 now, okay. Oh, yeah, she was 12 at the brothel when that ended. Don't kidnap 16-year-old girls, cut off their arms, lock them in a tower so you can drain their blood for perpetuity. Even if you have to lean into the I'm just really good at murdering people thing, there's a business for that. Which you could make an argument for that being less questionable morally than kidnapping and bleeding out a 16-year-old girl until she dies. Like, I ain't saying that would be a squeaky clean soul, but like, it would still be an improvement, and you'd probably get paid as much, realistically. I envied what you had, that solace. The last thing I wanted was for you to lose it. But you're saying you found no peace in that life? That's right. So what should I have done? I wanted you to take me away from this place, somewhere far away. Also, maybe just talk. Don't go, oh, I know exactly what she wants, without having talked to her about it. I know exactly what she wants, and I'm going to commit heinous acts to guarantee that she has that thing that I assume she wants without ever asking her or talking to her about it. You know, like a human person, and not just, you know, girl. I mean, classic problem, but like, it's only more of a classic problem the further back in history you go, and we've gone back a little ways, so. I wanted you to make it so I could be Pauline, Ari. It would have been my ideal life, to live with you and have a family with you. How? What's I supposed to know? Use your words, you fool! You got a lot of stuff to say when you're trying to murder, torture, kill somebody, but when it's the woman you love and will give up anything for, all of a sudden there's no questions to be asked, there's no conversation, huh? Huh? What do you do when you're together? Okay, I know what you do when you're together. What do you do before or after that, huh? Come on. You couldn't possibly have known. I realize... You gotta stand up for yourself a little bit. Just a little bit. I feel like you could have asked. Could have talked to me. But she also admitted that she was so deep in her role that she had also forgotten what she wanted. So even if he had, you know... But also, we dunk on BESTIA in this household. Unabashedly. That makes me every bit as complicit as you. I would disagree with that statement. Set Morgana free. I'll be expected to pay for my crimes. What, you thought you were never going to pay for these crimes? You thought you'd get away with this forever? You thought the Lord would always protect you and shelter you from all the crimes you're doing? Really? You thought at no point it would benefit the Lord to just sell your ass out? Ever? We don't even know that. I'm just assuming that at some point he'd become more of a liability than he's worth and would 100% get sold out. He's not a noble. He's not important in the grander scheme of things from the point of view of nobility. He's just a guy with a sword that's pretty good with it. Like, yeah, he only had enemies in the next life. That itself is not a problem. I have every intention of facing the consequences. We have done terrible, gruesome things. I don't know what the usual punishment for such is in this land. But if I had to guess, I would say execution. Pretty likely. Hell, if he did those things today, they'd be calling for an execution. And executions are a lot less common these days. Rightfully so. But, I mean, yeah, okay. An arm for an arm, but let's be honest. While Morgana is definitely the thing we're focusing on, we can all know deep down, 100%, that that is not the only crime he has done in this land. At all. Right? Like, definitely not. And me being an outsider makes it easier for people to place the blame on me. I won't be able to take you away. We'll find each other again in our next lives, okay? Okay. So I'm sure you heard my involvement in this conspiracy ends here. Glad to hear you've decided to take action. Sorry about your fingers and arm. You don't mean that. You definitely don't mean that. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. It was just some fingers. Didn't think you needed them. I'd lend you my fingers for whatever you needed, bro. Still alive. That's what matters. It's just a prank. Yeah, the third key is in the Lord's possession. You said you needed it by noon of the Harvest Festival, yes? Only a true bro shares his fingers. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Bro, let me be your hands. Why is it always the characters with that voice that we decide to have say the weirdest things? Because, like, we did the same thing in Greatest Attorney, let's be honest. Maybe not quite as hard, because we definitely dunk harder on Bestia, but still. Which means we need to act quickly. Better that way. Correct. It amplifies it for sure. That's correct. We must set Morgana free before the bell tolls noon tomorrow. Then tonight. That's the next time the Lord will be here. Tonight I'll kill him and take his key. Wait! No, we're not shedding any blood to get his key. Do you remember what I said a few minutes ago about not committing any further sins? He does not. Or, let's be honest, he clearly recognizes that killing and torturing people is not right, but it also clearly doesn't faze him, like, at all. He doesn't even think, like, he's very much a straight through brute force thinking problem solver. Person A has the key I need. I can kill person A and acquire key. Problem solved. He's not likely to hand over the key without a fight, though. We need to convince him, not force his hand. Besides, simply opening the door is not enough. Why not? The goal here is to save Morgana's soul. In order to do that, you need to pacify at least some degree of the hatred she bears in it. A hatred rooted in her perception of you and the things you've done to her. I need to change that perception. Not quite following. What do you mean by change her perception? For you and the Lord to tell your stories, to describe what happened from your perspectives. You want my perspective. I do. Something in your motivations or your circumstances might serve to lessen the animosity she holds for you. The greater the discrepancy in what she believes to be the truth and the full story, with everyone's perspective included, the greater the chance she may have a change of heart. Bro stories, yeah, you know. Bro, just tell me your entire history, bro. I want to know everything about you, bro. I need to know everything. that led up to our being bros, bro. Okay, I now understand what you want from me. However, my perspective will do nothing to serve that end. There is no ambiguity, no justification for my actions. Regardless, I would still like to know the whole truth, if you're willing to tell me your part of it. Okay, I'll come by your room later today. Hey, is it alright if I'm there too? Sorry, I would rather if you weren't. Why? Everything you need to know, I've told you already. I think she'd disagree. Polyshore voice. Clearly, yeah. Captured a witch? No. I kidnapped a young girl for profit and imprisoned her in the tower. My motivation, as I said, was to keep your church funded. Those are the facts. The things I did along the way were brutal and inhumane. I hope you can understand. Why I wouldn't want the woman I love to hear any of them. I understand. I'll see you again later in the day. I'll be waiting. I should get going too. You're going to need medication and something to get that arm dressed properly, and if there's anything else I can get you, let me know. If you want to see a doctor, I'll find you the best one I can. I'm so sorry for ever doubting you. No, I understand. I'm glad you came at all. Me too. Well, see you. I'm kinda surprised. He's actually got a soft spot, huh? And I was sure you were full of it when you said the two of them had a thing going. What does she see in a guy like him anyway? He's got bad taste in guys, that's for sure. Ooh, boy. One of the greatest understatements in gaming. Yeah. Breathe so good you pop your fingers back into place and heal them instantly. Oh, yeah, obviously. He's misunderstood. What's with that look? Just admiring your rather inappropriate remarks. Sorry, I was just so relieved it kind of came out. It's okay. You almost got a smile out of me. Never seen you smile before. I am being relieved too. Now, would you mind helping me get back to my room? Sure, no problem. My shoulder's all yours. You know, you really are something else, Mikhail. I could hear you through the door as I was getting it opened, and honestly, I'm amazed you were able to stand up to him like that. I don't want to get my hopes up too high just yet, but I'm starting to think you might actually be able to do something about the Lord. That's reassuring. Thank you. Man, our time is so short. Her mindset wasn't even, I can fix him. She didn't even know he was broken. He just hides the broken really well. I have to assume. You know the old saying, never stick your dick in crazy? Clearly, there's some form of peering into the abyss that works either direction. Clearly, people are just slightly drawn to crazy, and some people slightly more than others. So, but again, like, she doesn't consciously know. Maybe there were hints, maybe there were a little, like, the abyss is omnidirectional. Of course it is, yeah. Like, maybe she picked up on little hints, or maybe he really is just that much of, like, a gentleman around her. Maybe he really is just that good. But I have to think that she sees some sort of glint of crazy in his eyes at some point. Because, like, how can you not? How can you not? Somebody who values the lives of others so little. Like, I don't know. I find it impossible to think that there's not some insignificantly small tell that they can't hide that entirely. But who knows? I've never dated a heartless murderer, and I've had some questionable dating choices that, of course, seemed great at the time. It's only in hindsight, always. I'm sure it's the same for her, but like, none of my exes ever turned out to be actual torturous murderers. Just, you know, not good people sometimes. Not far and above, not all. It's just one. Just one. You get as much rest as you can until he shows up. Well, I mean, you should be going to see a doctor with these wounds. Oh yeah, Nellie's been worried sick about you all day. Excuse me. Yeah, oops, I dated a serial killer who enjoyed it. Yeah, see, never... Thankfully, not something that's happened to me ever. I like to keep it that way. But considering, you know, how often I go out and meeting people and I'm in the dating scene, I don't think I gotta worry too much about that. I'll have to tell her not to pounce on you because I'm sure she'll come running as soon as she hears we found you. The inherent downside to all of one's hobbies being indoors. I can't say entirely solitary things. I still like going out and playing cards on Friday, but... And that's not a solitary thing, but still. That's what VNs are for. Of course, yeah. That was a real thing, wasn't it? I've seen the cover of that movie. I've never seen the movie, but, you know. Correct. And I know that for sure. Like, it is not. Nor was that in ever part of my intention of starting up cards again. Because, boy, have I heard nothing but horror stories from the few women involved in that hobby of just getting hit on constantly. And I understand. Oh, I can't say I understand from first-hand experience, but I can understand how that would not be conducive to wanting to continue the hobby you enjoy and enjoying cards. Can't say I know what it feels like to be hit on relentlessly. But, you know, I can understand how that might not make for a welcoming experience for many women. So I would not want to perpetuate that. Giselle, you were right. I do have people here who will support me. People who are grateful for me and who show concern for me. Like, there's straight up card stores that do, like, ladies' nights. Where either highly discount things and offer, like, freebies to women, or straight up be like, women only tonight, for that exact reason. Because there's clearly plenty of people who like to play cards, be it Magic, Pokemon, whatever. But it ends up being one of those things that ends up being barely... We've pushed all the women who enjoy this out of this hobby. And it's like... But why? We know the why, but you know. It's one of those things where when you take it at the larger scale, it can definitely be that, but the smaller scale is not necessarily. The card store I go to, there are 2 women who go regularly. One is married and her husband clearly does not care about cards and does not show up, and that is fine. And one is a couple. And I've never heard... 3, sorry. I am so sorry. One of the regulars there very recently came out as a trans woman, and I didn't count them in that, and I feel really bad. 3 women who routinely show up, and I have not heard a single derogatory thing. There are even people who show up and kind of like bring some beers with them, but they never get like rowdy. They never get like, I've never heard anyone leave there uncomfortable. So like, you know, but I understand that when taken as a hobby as a whole, that is not the case. You just got to find those little pockets where it's like, oh, this isn't bad. Hell, that's one of the reasons I go to the store I do, even though there's a bigger play area store across the street that more people go to. I've never had a problem with somebody like talking down derogatorily to someone or giving someone shit at the store I go to, and I've had it happen more than once at the other store. I still go there when I want to play cards and my store isn't doing them, or they're doing like a standard tournament and I don't care to play standard because I don't have a wallet big enough for it. But there's a reason I always prefer to go to the one I go to. You know. It definitely seems to get bigger in larger groups, but thankfully And even when it was even at the other store, I've heard people like talk rude and talk down to people, but it was never a gendered thing. It's usually just because everyone wants to go fast, and God forbid somebody needs to read a card, or it's their first time coming to a draft, getting new. It's way more anti-new player than it is anti-man or woman at the other store. Like, it's trash talk is okay, but talking loudly behind someone's back when you know you can hear them about how, oh, it's so awful that this draft is taking so long. Why is it taking so long? We should be done by now. That's not trash talking. Trash talking in a match? Yeah, okay. Especially between two people who definitely know each other and, like, shoot the shit. Nothing wrong with that at all. But, like, talking loudly behind people's backs about how, like, it's taking so long, we don't have time. Like, stuff like that just sucks. And it's happened more than once. And it's like, but you need new people. You need new people in a hobby. Especially, it happened around the Final Fantasy time where new people were joining, because that was the whole point of Final Fantasy, besides to make a god-awful amount of money, was to get people who might not have tried Magic into Magic. Also to get people who might not have tried Final Fantasy into Final Fantasy. It does work both ways. But still, if you exclude new people from a thing you enjoy, the thing you enjoy will die. No matter what it is. So, and that goes for anything. I've like the people who are super proud about like smurfing and pub stomping and like any shooter. You know, you're just harming your hobby, right? You know, you're just making it so that you'll never have more people get better at the game and be able to play with you, right? Like, people don't think or care, you know. But again, long tangent aside, still. But you have to know, Giselle. It's your voice I want to hear more than anyone else's. Why can I not hear you? Where are you, Giselle? Giselle. It's almost sunset. Looks like the snow didn't stick. Couldn't actually see the snow last night, could you, Giselle? Is that when the light started fading from the sphere of darkness encasing you? Or had it been going on even longer than that? Definitely longer than that. See, you can click, but you clicked at the end of it. So, you know, I guess that could be ending the timer, not starting it. Man, I understand. I understand wanting to do better because you suck against good players. It has been months since I have gone. It has been over a month since I have won a full set of best of 2 at a card night. And it has been since the beginning of the year since I've won more than one. I am actively playing worse than I did when I started coming back to Magic. And there are nights where that is really depressing. But also, I know, I absolutely know what you meant. But like, you know, it's still something I enjoy and I go back. And the only way you ever get better is to play against people who are better. Hard stop. Like, I mean, let's be honest. I'm doing the same thing I do in my personal life, which is complain about something that I have control over while doing nothing to change that. I know I could look up more information about sets. I know that there are videos, there are guides, there's information out there that is easily to digest that would definitely make me a better drafter. I know that if I just pick powerful colors with a lot of removal, and if I just take every bit of removal that comes my way and then some creatures splattered in, I will do better. But I will see a 5-color card and I'll be like, oh damn, wouldn't that be fun? So I am the creator of my own demise. 100%. There are things I could do both in educating myself on sets and powerful cards and like strategies, and there are things I could do that are just not gambling on a 1 in 100 shot when I could be gambling on a 1 in 5 shot instead. But, you know, I agree wholeheartedly. But when we're going on 6, 7, 8 months of a losing streak, maybe at some point I should, you know, pick better cards. Yes, also, making the win is the hard part, and that's the part I have not gotten good at. Why didn't you say anything? Throw in the towel, stop chasing the memes. I could, but I won't. We were doing Time Spiral on Friday, which is a set I never got to play. Or Time Spiral Remastered. I never got to play any of the Time Spirals. It was both before my time, and then the remaster happened during my hiatus when I wasn't playing. So I was aware the set name, but there's a there were things introduced in Time Spiral and other sets called slivers, which in Magic are creatures that give each other sliver bonuses. So like every sliver will have like all other slivers get blank, maybe vigilance, maybe haste, maybe +2 attack, maybe +2 defense, something. So they really want to play a ton. You want to play a ton of slivers, but there's slivers in every color. So I ended up drafting 4-color slivers, and it was fun when it worked, but it didn't work very often. The fun thing is, the really interesting big brain thing is, they all say all slivers. Every sliver says all slivers. And I played against someone else who drafted green-red slivers. And it sounds like that's just a stupid matchup, but you really got to think way harder about that. You can't just be like, I play a sliver, because you're buffing theirs too, and theirs are buffing yours. And it actually ends up being much more of a tactical match than you might think. And that was, I still lost, because they were going dual colored, and I was going 4 colors, so they were always going to be able to get better lands and more consistent plays. It was always the way it was going to work. But it was interesting. And I don't regret that. I'm glad we ended up getting paired against each other, win or lose, just because, like, weird. Cool. Really had to think about it differently. Yeah. Slivers are fun. Not a word. I don't believe you're gone for good. You're still out there somewhere. I know it. I will come for you. I swear it. Just a moment. Here I am, as promised. I heard you talking, so I thought there was someone with you. But you're alone? It's only me, yes. I see. Excuse me. As I told you earlier, my perspective on events will do nothing to change Morgana's mind. I would still like to hear what you have to say. All right. Not being from this land, I don't believe in the local god, nor do I think priests and preachers any better than con artists. Where did that come from? What I'm trying to say is if I give a confessional, it won't be to another human. You're an angel. Come again? The angel from the stained glass window. It's you, isn't it? Wait. How on earth did you come to that conclusion? Bro, you're my angel, bro. I'd confess anything to you, bro. Sorry, wait. Bro, you are my angel. With the sun at your back, I can do anything. I can say anything. I can confess anything. It's a wonderful life, bro, angels. Yeah, fair, yeah. Was thinking about everything you said earlier in the cellar. The fact that you knew about Morgana, the fact that you could see into my heart, and in particular, all your talk about saving people's souls. Salvation is not a man's job, which means you must be something else. I will tell you everything, every foolish mistake, every terrible crime. In an exchange, I would like you to tell me what I am to do next, to lead me down the path I am to take. Nope, no pressure, bro. Tell me what to do. I'll do anything you say. Lead me down the path in life that would be best for me, for us, bro. I terrify myself. With every passing day, my ability to tell what direction I'm supposed to be heading in dulls. So one-winged angel, obviously, yes. So after I tell my story, I want you to do that for me. Please, will you show me the way? Bro, be my light in the darkness. Bro, you really need to go to therapy, bro. Yeah. I can no more decide the path you take than you, but you saw into my heart. Well, if you were here, you would encourage me to agree to his request, wouldn't you? Okay. Can't guarantee that anything I'll have to say will be of use, but I will do the best I can to lead you in the right direction. Thank you. Now, before I begin, there's one thing I need to clarify. I am not in love with Pauline. I would never fall for a woman. Only for you, bro. Bro, my love for you is undying. She was just a distraction. She does play an important role in my life, though. That much is true. She's your tether. Exactly. I suppose you could say I admire her. She is everything I am not, everything I cannot be. Is that something I should tell her, you think? That I don't love her, that I'm incapable of feeling love? I don't know if that's going to help your situation any, bro. Should I tell her that, knowing she genuinely loves me? Yep, that is the correct facial reaction to that question. My instinct tells me I shouldn't. And very well I'm lying to her, but there are circumstances in which a lie is preferable to the truth, are there not? With that said, I'm ready to begin. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, like, you're in too deep now. You definitely should have been more honest about that earlier. You have my full attention. As you know, I am not from this land. The issue is, I don't know any more about where I came from than you. I remember the Silk Road stretching out before me as far as the eye can see, clouds of dust wisping across the bare dirt trail. The endless expanse of red earth remains branded into the very fabric of my mind, but beyond that, most of my memories are gone. Oh, came from Australia. Okay. Yeah, it checks out. Sorry, I see red sand now and it's just Australia. I got 2 more 5 stars. 3 more 5 stars today. Silk Song first mentioned. I can only clearly remember the last 5 years or so of my life. Why do I only sell cards during stream time? Huh? All day, not a single notification. Stream time, people are like, let me buy some cards. My oldest real memory, I was a slave. I didn't work on some nobleman's estate, but instead I did physical labor, construction work. I built roads and buildings, tore down hills and mountains. And that's where it was decided someone built like I am would be the most use, I suppose. And while I doubt I need to tell you this, living conditions were miserable. Yeah, I can't imagine anybody who is literally enslaved having good living conditions. I don't think those go together. I believe you. Other slaves withered away and died on a daily basis. Working a noble's estate would have been easier. Excuse me. Without a doubt, if only for the fact I would have had a specific master. I don't remember anything about my life before becoming a slave. All I have are those few images from which I can guess I was part of a caravan. Or perhaps a messenger. I vaguely remember being waylaid. We were vastly outnumbered, massacred with little resistance, or at least I assume that's what happened. When I next woke up, I had been stripped bare and was surrounded by men I didn't recognize. The words they spoke were gibberish to my ears. But I could tell from their tone of voice and their expressions, that the things they were saying were not friendly. They seemed to be mocking me, laughing at me. As you might expect, I attempted to protest, but evidently I had been beaten quite badly while I was unconscious. There we go. Okay. A little better? My joints were stiff and swollen, on top of my dehydration, so I could barely move, let alone put up a fight. As strong as I might have been at full health, I was in no condition to do anything then. You have no idea what that's like. Do we have no idea what it's like to not be physically stronger than anyone around us at any time and always be physically overpowered by everyone that we've ever quarreled with at any time? Sure. How it feels to be okay, sorry. How it feels to be abused and humiliated, desperate for food and water. Yeah, we have no idea. No clue whatsoever. Oh, I see. So as I was saying, I was a slave for one grueling, torturous year. No one treated me like a human being. There was no one from the same part of the world as me. And there was no one to come to my aid. Over time, I came to learn their language, though I can only speak it. I don't know how to read or write. But to be honest, I think I was happier not understanding what people were saying about me. They had many words to describe me, none of them flattering. Some of them would even call me beast. The longer I was treated as something less than human, the more I began to question whether I really was one. That darkness grew inside me with each repeated insult. I wanted to make them pay for the daily abuse. Who wouldn't? The desire to exact vengeance when you've been mistreated is only natural, perfectly reasonable. But they were right about what I was deep down, a beast, and my revenge went far beyond what could be considered reasonable. "4 years ago, I was sitting in a carriage as it rattled along a dirt road. This was not the kind of carriage you rode around town in, but a filthy slave transport. It was packed from front to back with slaves, or soon-to-be slaves, I suppose I should say. There were men, young women, and even children. Everyone wore a look of hopelessness on their faces, and no one had the strength left to resist. They looked like me a year earlier, deprived of food and water and beaten into submission. The slave traders' guards were armed, of course, swords hanging from their hips, ready to cut down anyone who showed any sign of resistance. So they sat there, lamenting their fate. Sitting beside me was a young girl, crying in silence. Glancing over at her, I caught a glimpse of her face. Large chunks of skin seemed to have fallen off it. It was, suffice to say, an unusual sight. But beyond that, I didn't think much of it. Didn't find it disturbing or unpleasant. Perhaps because I had a similarly unusual appearance. What caught my attention, though, was the way she was crying. Not sure how to describe it, but it seemed different somehow from everyone else crying in the carriage. It was almost like her tears were not for herself. "Why are you crying?" At my question, the girl turned her head up to look at me. Surprise crossed her face for a few brief seconds. That was her only reaction to my appearance. I assume her thought process was roughly the same as mine, so she felt no need to fear me. After a moment's hesitation, she said, "I'm sad because I didn't get a chance to show my gratitude to people very dear to me." The response perplexed me to no end. Why was she concerned about showing gratitude? Why was she not despairing of her own circumstances? Why was that the emotion that gripped her in that moment, not hatred for the slave trader or sorrow for herself? To this day, I still don't understand. But that wasn't the only thing I found curious. You could say she left him rather disarmed. I'm sure he won't return the favor later. Her voice, despite being soft, cut through the crying and wailing of the other slaves. I pictured it like a single patch of clean water in the middle of a swamp, untainted by its surroundings, gently undulating. One sentence was all she said, but there was something unbelievably calming about the sound of it. For a moment, I was filled with a sense of tranquility. Though you may not believe it, I wanted to get her out of that filthy carriage, to undo the shackles threatening to taint her. And so I took action, driven by that desire. This is no lie, I promise. We'll need a hand later, yeah. No, don't kill me. Please, you can have all my money. You can go free if that's what you want. I'll apologize, anything. What? Why are you laughing? Please spare me. I have a wife and children, please. Yeah, no, he definitely did. I'm begging you. And why would I care? Holding a sword in my hand felt amazing, right? Whatever work I once did must have required me to use a blade. Even with the shackles still around my wrist, I had little trouble slaughtering the slave traders and their guards. They let their guard down because we were restrained. The thought of anyone resisting never once crossed their mind. Dead bodies sprawled around me. Corpses I had made, lives I had snuffed out. Look at this. See, no one can defeat me. They stood no chance against my strength. He's living his best life. More. I need more. I need more. I don't have the words to describe the high it gave me killing those men, the power I felt over them. I was driven mad by the stench of blood filling the air. No, I just drew out what was always there. If I weren't already deranged, the corpses would have had nothing to stimulate in the first place. After taking the keys off of the slave traders, I returned to the carriage, doing my best to act calm and suppress the bubbling exhilaration. Hey, you, unlock my shackles for me. I would do it myself, but if I could. You. Say something, would you? But she said nothing, simply removing my shackles as commanded. If she had said even one word, let me hear that curiously calming voice of hers. Then in all likelihood I probably would have stopped there, but she remained perfectly silent. Everyone was in shock at what they had just witnessed, her included. In time, though, the slaves started cheering. The same people who'd been wailing minutes earlier were now shouting praises. Our savior! You are our savior! We're free to go home! We can have our lives back! Undo our shackles, please! I am a beast. What? I'm not a savior. I'm not a man. I'm a beast. Isn't that right? I'm a beast, aren't I? What are you? More. I need more. I thirst for more. Oh, hey, why are you pointing your... I need more. In that moment, the last of my reason dissolved. I went into a frenzy, slaughtering the helpless slaves I had never intended to kill. I was euphoric. I couldn't get enough. I reveled in it. Never before had I felt such utter ecstasy. Their cries for mercy as I ripped through them were delicious. The look of fear in their eyes, the way their faces twisted, the splatters of blood around their mouths open in screams, the despair that filled them. I didn't care anymore that they were just as much victims as me, that they had suffered the same abuse and humiliation. All of that was buried beneath the waves of bliss that ravished me. Everyone who asked to be spared, I skewered. Worked my way around the inside of the carriage, killing dozens upon dozens of slaves. Heads went rolling off shoulders, hot geysers of blood spewing from open necks. I was practically wading through blood at that point. Some bodies I completely dismembered, others I disemboweled, leaving their entrails to hang out of their open guts. All of them had looks of agony frozen under their faces as death took them. Don't know if I was unconsciously avoiding her or if it was just a coincidence, but the girl was the only one left alive. She, of course, hadn't been spared the mess, so she sat there drenched in sticky red gore. Her lips appeared to be trembling, though I couldn't tell for sure with so much of her skin missing. The fire inside me still burned white hot. She was the reason I had done any of this in the first place. I'd stood up because I wanted to set her free. But my original intentions were long since gone from my mind. Raw pleasure overwhelmed any sense of reason. I approached the girl, pointing the sword at her neck. I expected her to scream, to beg for her life like the others. But she did nothing, simply stared up at me. Why didn't you run? At my question, the girl finally spoke. Why did you kill them? The sound of her voice quelled the furor within me. It baffled me. I had no control over it, yet this strange girl could pass by me with a single utterance. The words she used didn't matter. It was her voice. She could have called me a monster, and it would have had the same effect. Because I felt like it. I couldn't explain my reasoning for murdering the slaves. Didn't have the words to express the things that drove me. All I could tell her was that I did it because I felt like it. And why haven't you killed me yet? Couldn't find a sure answer for that question in my somewhat rattled mind either. In retrospect, I realized now that her voice was my first tether. But at the time, I had no idea why I didn't take her life in my frenzy. I had killed other children, other women. Young, old, sad, miserable, it didn't matter. Nothing had so much as prickled my conscience. I don't know, I said, and then I stepped off the carriage and walked away, left with questions I couldn't answer. Was I really a beast? Was unleashing my innate savagery and reveling in the massacre of helpless people really all I wanted? I didn't know. After escaping from the slave traders, I became something of a bandit. I had no hope of anyone taking me in. Not only was I a murderer, I was a foreigner. Nor did I have any chance of finding decent work. So I lived by the sword, killing and plundering. The money I honestly didn't give a damn about. I had no desire to be wealthy. It was simply a matter of survival. That and quenching my thirst. I swear, bro, I was just thirsty, bro. You've never done something desperate to sate your thirst, bro. I went on for about 3 years like that. Till finally encountering something I couldn't defeat with my sword. No amount of muscle was enough to protect myself from disease. One day I woke up with the chills, my vision blurry, barely able to move my own limbs. I set off for a nearby village, hoping to see a doctor, but my body didn't last that long. I collapsed on the side of the road, drained of my last strength. It was a moderately busy road at that, so I assume I had made it close to the city. Dozens of people passed by, silently pretending not to see anything. It didn't look like someone a respectable person would want to involve themselves with in normal circumstances, so it was no surprise they weren't interested in this sick, filthy foreign man. Hell, I couldn't remember the last time I had bathed. It was hard to look at me, let alone get anywhere near me. This is where I'm going to die, I thought. Seemed like a suitable end to a mad, murderous monster's life, withering away on the side of the road beneath the sneering passerby. The fact that I was still alive at all after 3 years of leeching off other people's lives was itself wrong. I didn't lament my impending demise. I accepted that such was the way of the world. But then, I glanced up to see a woman in a nun's habit looking down on me. Are you all right? Are you sick? I'm going to check your temperature, okay? Wow, you're burning up. You shouldn't be out here in this condition. Do you not have anywhere to go? Don't worry, I've got you covered. There's a church not far from here. Hang in there, just a little longer and you'll be fine. And what is your God going to do for me? He helps people in need? It's not very big, but we've always got room for people who need it. You can rest up in one of the open beds, and I should be able to give you a little something to eat. I promise it'll be better than staying out here at any rate. Can you stand? Not a problem. We can do this together. Put your arm around my shoulders. The church isn't that far. We can do it. You are going to carry me. Yep. It'll be fine. We'll make it one way or another. We're almost there. Just a little longer. I'm heavy, aren't I? Very, very heavy. But it's not a problem. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. Just throw me into a ditch. Not now. God doesn't like his children talking like that. Almost there. We're almost there. So, how are you feeling? Better, I hope? Left some applesauce on the bedstand if you're feeling up to eating anything. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Why did you help me? Because that's what people do. They help each other. It's not what most people do. How do you think it is? You church people are exceptions. I'm not sure. I agree with that. This woman is only showing me compassion because she doesn't know what I am. She wouldn't be so friendly if she knew I was a madman and a murderer. If there's anything else you want, let me know. I can't make you any fancy dinners, but if it's anything I can get, I will. Do tell me your name. I'm Murray. Murray. After, who was it? The Virgin? You're not familiar with the Virgin Mary? Just look at me. I'm clearly not from these parts. Yeah, I can see that. So that would make you a traveler, huh? You speak the language really well, though. I take it you've been here a while, then. Yes, I have. How exciting. So when you're feeling better, maybe you could tell me about the country you came from. Never been far from home, so I'm curious what it's like elsewhere. There's nothing I could tell you. Could be anything. Tell me about yourself if you want. Even less inclined to do that. Get better soon, okay? I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. I'm not sure there's anyone out there more deserving of the Virgin Mary's name. Can't believe she hit us with the K. What was that? Your name. It suits you. Oh no, not at all. I'm incredibly flattered to hear you say that, but I hardly live up to the name. What's your name, by the way? I have no name. You don't? If you want something to call me by, you can choose a name for me. Anything you want. I am nameless. You give me a name. I think you should be the one to choose your name. I'd be more than happy to help, though. But you should go with the name you think is best. I see. Then I shall be Joyful McStabs-a-lot. I feel like it encompasses my being. Well, I should get going. I'll be around, so if you need anything, just holler. Bye then. I shall be known as Bro. And everyone shall know to call me Bro. How am I supposed to choose a name for myself when I don't know anything about me? I recovered quickly with a proper bed and roof over my head. Out on the road, I had been certain I stood no chance, but I was back on my feet after only 3 days at the church. My body was more resilient than even I knew. And now that I was back in health, I had no intention of sticking around. Thank you for everything. I would be dead if it weren't for you. No thanks is necessary. I'm just glad to see you're feeling better. There's no need to be in such a rush to leave, you know. Stay a bit longer. Make sure everything's alright. I'm not going to stay any longer than necessary. You sure? Take this as payment for the food and lodgings. I can't accept that, no. We don't charge for charity. Charity is not free. You paid for it. Let me pay you back. You can't. Please take the money. If you insist, I can accept it as a tithe. A tithe? Think of it like a donation to the church. Like you said, the work we do isn't free. Alright then, a tithe it is. Thank you, and may God bless you for your generosity. So long. Hey, if you're ever in the area, maybe you could stop by sometime. Never did get the chance to have that talk with you, and I was really looking forward to it too. I'll just cause you more trouble. What? No, you wouldn't. Have I been saying that wrong too?
Hi.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The only reason I was fairly certain of that was because a very common Commander Magic card is Smothering Tithe, and I've heard plenty of other people cast it. I don't own the card, because, you know. So I've heard plenty of Smothering Tithes happen. It's a nasty, nasty card. Smothering Tithe and Rhystic Study, if somebody plays those on turn, like on curve, just concede. Just concede. Oh wait, did I actually read that? Whoops. Well, you know, there's worse things we could do than save, too. What? No, you wouldn't. What makes you think that? Are you afraid you'll scare people off because you look different? Nope. I really don't think you need to be worried about that. Not just my appearance. Do you mean it? That it won't be any trouble having me around? I absolutely mean it. Okay. I'll consider it. Wonderful. Can't wait to see you again. Yeah. Believe me, I knew I had no place involving myself with her. Killer making himself comfortable in the house of God. Don't even believe in their deity, and I still knew it was nothing if not extremely disrespectful. The money I had donated to a church wasn't even clean. It was stolen. Didn't feel the slightest bit guilty about it, though. I was more than conscious of what I was doing, but none of that mattered to me. She had smiled when she took it. That was enough. Seeing the nun smile put my heart at ease, much like the sound of the slave girl's voice had several years before. It restrained me, suppressed my urges. That smiling face was my new tether. I'd always believed that I was at my happiest when torturing people, that my thirst for murder was ingrained in my soul. But as exhilarating as taking others' lives was, there was a part of me that yearned for peace. I'd gotten a taste of that with her, and I wanted more. Even knowing I had no place in the world, that peace was something I would never attain. I still longed for it. It started with brief visits every few months. In time, though, their frequency began to increase. Soon it was once a month, then twice, then once a week. The length of my visits gradually grew as well. Every time I showed up, the nun greeted me with a smile, quenching my thirst without the need for blood. The more we met, the more I endeavored to be a normal man around her. Or to play the part of one. I thought that if I acted like there was nothing wrong with me, then I wouldn't be out of place at her side. I wanted to feel like I belonged in that peaceful world where she lived. Ah, it's the giant man! Mari, the giant man's here! Giant. Ah, hello there. I was beginning to think you weren't coming this week. I was having trouble deciding on what to bring you. You're always welcome here, you know. You don't have to bribe yourself in, but I appreciate it, thank you. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't bring something. Brought a variety of fruits for you today, so you can share them with the children. They'll be delighted. Thank you so much. Nothing, really. So, have you decided on a name for yourself yet? Not yet, no. Nothing at all? Makes talking to you a little awkward not having anything to call you. In that case, the giant man is as good as anything. Did he get under your skin? A little. You're not that big, am I? We're all giants, the little kids. Do wish they'd be a little less blunt about it sometimes, though. Less blunt children? No, impossible. Indeed. Suppose it's better than them being afraid of me. The children here have strong nerves. You're ordinary kids. You're just not a scary person. They only assume I'm harmless because I'm with you. What? You make it sound like you actually are dangerous or something. I mean... Bro? Because I am. Don't get worked up about it. The only thing different about us is our race. Everything else is exactly the same. Not so sure. You must have had some pretty awful experiences because of your appearance thing. They make you so concerned about it. Yeah, she sees the red flags and she thinks they're just, wow, people were rude to him about his race, not literally gets off on murdering people. And torturing them. Not just murder, you know. Wish I could say I understood your pain. It's not necessary. If I could, then maybe I'd feel a little closer to you. If only I could be even half the same race as you. You have nothing to gain from being more like me. You don't think so? There's a lot that would be nice about it. To be fair, you'd feel great. At the expense of everyone around you being alive. You know. That's the price you pay. It's their lives. It really is a smothering tithe, isn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't think so? I think there's a lot that would be nice about it. I would probably have really pretty black hair, at least. If I'm ever reborn, I'd like to be more like you. Why are you so obsessed with being like me? I just am? Oh. Yeah. Smooth. That was about the time I started noticing the feelings she had for me. At first I thought I was merely being egotistical. There's no way a woman like her would be interested in a man like me. But I couldn't think of any other explanation for the way she looked at me. Back then I believed I loved her too, and that if we could be together as man and woman, that I would finally be able to obtain the peace I so sought. That I could wash my hands of the killer within me, defeat the urges once and for all. That I could step out of the darkness I lived in for so long. That I would be able to see the light. That I would be able to experience love like any other ordinary man. So in the name of that hope, I took action. That foolish, naive hope. She's so weak. And he's convinced that sex will cure him. What are we doing out here so late at night? Sorry for asking you to meet me on such short notice. I hope I wasn't too much trouble sneaking out. It certainly wasn't easy. So you had something to tell me? What I'm about to tell you, every last word is sincere. And then once you've heard me out, I want you to turn me down. What? Over these past few months, I've come to at least somewhat understand the responsibilities and restrictions placed on you as a nun. But even ignoring the obligations you have, I know good and well I'm not a suitable match for you. Which is why, as I said, I would like you to turn me down. I still want to hear it. I love you. I fell for you the moment I first saw you. I know I don't deserve to be anywhere near you, but every time we meet, my desire to be with you grew stronger and stronger until I was out of my control. Turn me down, Mari, please, and I will stop trying to get close to you. Not Mari. You're not... what? My real name is Pauline. Pauline. Mari is my baptismal name. It's not the name I was given at birth. I love you too. I fell for you the moment I first laid eyes on you. I know it's forbidden, but I want to be with you too. Any free time I have, I want to spend it with you. I'm glad to hear you say that. Thank you for being honest with me. No, thank you for not turning me down. Wow, talk about an anxious day. When he asked me to meet you out here tonight, I wondered if that might be what it was about. I felt like my heart was going to explode all day. Heart explode. Guys get nervous about telling girls how they feel too, don't they? Yeah, we do. Totally, bro. I totally feel nervous when I talk to you, bro. Till now, I had no idea falling in love was so hard on the nerves. Just thinking about you makes my mind turn to mush. It's hard to work like that, you know. Is it really that stressful? It's like that for you too? Yeah, totally, bro. Definitely, bro. It's like that for me all the time. So, thinking about you makes it impossible to concentrate. Tell me something, but Pauline. What is it? How exactly is it hard on your nerves? What? How exactly? It's like, I'm in the clouds and I want to scream and I want to jump into a lake all at the same time. Yep. Doesn't help me much. Could you be a little more specific? Really? Are you trying to embarrass me? It's like my whole body gets really hot. You get aroused. The master of tact and subtlety. Aroused? No, to put it bluntly, yes. I see. You're a real jerk, you know. You shouldn't go around trying to humiliate ladies. Sorry, I didn't mean to, bro. Oh, you... Well, that was insightful. So I'm not in love with her, or romantically attracted to her, or even physically attracted to her. All I want from her is her smile. Being around her doesn't arouse me. In fact, it does exactly the opposite. My fire burns brightest when I'm not with her. It all makes sense now. I've got a murder boner, and she's a cold shower. I understand everything now. Just want someone to keep me placated. I'm disturbed through and through. A murderer and a beast. Am I wrong, Sora? Is that an inaccurate statement of what is going on between these two? Like, that's not wrong at all. See, so I didn't want to say anything. I knew you would laugh at me. I'm sorry. I truly am. I did ultimately get what I wanted out of the arrangement. She became my tether, became an invaluable part of my life. Even if I had no real love for her, when I was with her, I was at peace. Looking at murder boner. Yeah. That said, her presence didn't completely rid me of my urges. I was still occasionally struck with bouts of insatiable thirst, overwhelming desire to mutilate anyone who came into my line of sight, and sometimes Pauline became the objective of that desire. It goes without saying that I never did draw my sword on her, but I had no way of knowing when I might lose control. And if I ever did kill her, then there would be nothing left to keep me from regressing completely into a beast. Pauline and I arranged regular nighttime meetings, though never once did I tell her how I truly felt, and I had no intention to either. When I was with her, I was in the role of her lover. She never questioned my love for her, and expressing hers for me caused her to smile even more than normal. The happier she was, the more beneficial it was to me. Spending time with her in this capacity, I was able to gain a deeper understanding of what kind of hiccupy person Pauline was. She was a deeply generous and compassionate woman. While I now understand her near-compulsive deeds of charity were a result of the stress and uncertainty she felt about herself at the time, I believed she was doing it because she genuinely wanted to. I believed she wanted to save absolutely everyone, to be the saintess she had come to be known as. She gave assistance to anyone who sought it from her, without question. And as a result, the church's coffers quickly dried up. Her God did not supply her with an endless store of bread and wine either. In the end, any endeavor, no matter the intentions, requires money. In time, her generosity turned excessive, self-destructive. She would even skip meals so that others could eat. In retrospect, that was probably my fault too, as I pushed her towards wanting to be a regular girl. She pushed back against that desire by being even more charitable. Soon her actions started making the other nuns' lives difficult, giving her a less than favorable reputation within the church. Still, she would tell me when we met up how she wished she could help even more people. If doing so would give her peace, if I could be a part of that peace, then I wanted to grant her wish. But what could a killer like me do to help? Petty thievery wouldn't make me nearly enough money to keep a church and orphanage running. Yeah, short a little bit. And a raid large enough to scale to it, large enough to scale to do so, would inevitably be traced back to the source, which would ruin the church forever. How was a murderer to acquire such a large sum of money? I was ready to jump at any opportunity that presented itself. When I received a summons from the Lord. Take it you're the Oriental man who's been buzzing around a local church of late. When I first saw the Lord, I was surprised at just how young he looked. There couldn't have been more than a couple years difference between us. I had envisioned him as an elderly, or at the very least a middle-aged man. That would be me, yes. What of it? Who do you think you're talking to, you impudent rat? Show some damn respect. Apologies. I'm not very familiar with the local customs or language. Very well, then. You're fortunate I'm such an understanding man. Now, for the reason I called you here. You're the one who killed that cart full of slaves 4 years ago, aren't you? So you know about that. Huh, I wasn't exactly sure it was you, but now I have confirmation. Since then, one slave of Far Eastern origin has remained unaccounted for. Take it that would be you. That's right. You're one hell of a mess up there. I'm here to be punished. Depends on how our talk goes. You think I'm going back to being a slave, you're fooling yourself. I don't need any more damn slaves, and I certainly don't want you as one. You're obviously not finding any respectable work being an ex-slave, so I take it you're still in the business of getting your hands dirty, are you not? I assume you're playing cat burglar or something, living off whatever you can swipe from the nearest unlucky bastard. Correct. Isn't it comical, then, that you would choose God's sacred house to stretch your legs in, you filthy dog? I absolutely agree. Thought that would get a reaction out of you, but it seems you've got no bite in you today. Never mind, let's get down to business. You're going to help me out with a little something I'm working on. Help you with what exactly? Something that's going to make me a lot of money. And if you lend a hand, I'll make sure you're well taken care of. Along with the church you're so fond of, and the nun you've taken a liking to. That nun of yours has made quite the name for herself. Out in the city proper, people have started calling her the Saintess. They're right about that. She is. Yeah, the commoners love their heroes and saints. They eat that rubbish right up. But saint or not, you can't simply create food from nothing. Her work is causing financial troubles for the church, is it not? It is, yes. If you help me with this, I'm offering you an entirely new church, one where she has complete control to do as she wishes. She'll make it into the biggest church in the city. She'll be able to help even more people, which should surely please her. What would you have me do? Shall I get the first whiff of scraps? You really are a dog, aren't you? I don't like conversations that overstay their welcome. Fair enough. Let's get to business. Not far from here lives a witch whose blood has the power to cause miracles. Miracle blood. Sounds like a sham to me. You never know. They say the sound of her first cry brought rain to the land where she was born, saving the whole village from drought. And they say her blood has the power to cure any disease. Now I'll worry about the veracity of the rumors later. Right now, all I want for you is to capture her and bring her to me. Explain something to me, Lord. You said that if I helped you, the nun would be able to save more people than she does now. So how does capturing this witch accomplish that? Glad you know how to listen, dog. We'll be turning the blood into a miracle elixir, which she'll then distribute to patrons of the church, in exchange for tithes, of course. Selling it, then. Selling isn't quite the right word, but if that's how you want to think of it, by all means, how is it not like... Sure. Commoner's beloved saint is handing out an all-powerful miracle medicine. They'll lap it up. And in turn, you'll make a fortune. Exactly. Money you can use to support your church. It'll be a boon to the city's economy as well. A single witch's freedom is all it'll cost for everyone here to come out happy. So what'll it be? Will you help, or will I have to? I'll help. I have no reason not to. Decisive and a good listener. Excellent. Once I've captured the witch, where do I take her? I have a mansion set aside where your nun can run her church. It's an observation tower on the ground. So it was originally his mansion. Like, he at least owns the land it's on and the mansion. Alright. Excuse me. The witch will be kept locked up in there to ensure we have a constant supply of blood. Okay. When do you want me to get her? Just chomping at the bit now, aren't you? Thought you'd hesitate at least a little, but I guess it was foolish of me to presume to understand how killers' minds work. All the resources I put into investigating you and everyone close to you were wasted, it would seem. Do you even have a conscience? Don't act like you're any different. I assure you, I have a conscience. It's blinded by money. I see a little bit of money and it just turns off, you know. I doubt he built it. I'm pretty sure, like, especially someone this young, he just owns this land. He just inherited it or something. Either purchased or inherited. So I guess it was just, it's been here. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't necessary for the growth of the city. It's not about my coffers, it's about the city, you understand. I'm making the city better. Not me, the city. No, I mean you're as much a murderer as me. You would never come up with a scheme like this if your hands were clean. Well, I got the smaller estate for my dad. Yeah, true, exactly. This looks unfair, but I still don't think he built it. I guess that was the smaller estate. Watch your mouth, dog. Don't you dare insinuate I would ever consent to your level. I mean, you would, though. I agreed to the Lord's terms. A couple days later, I made my way out to the location the Lord had given me, a small cottage by a lake where the witch was said to live. I had been instructed to take her alive, but not that I wasn't allowed to harm her, so my plan was to force my way in and immobilize her as soon as she opened the door. The Lord was right. I didn't have anything resembling a conscience. I was too far gone to be bothered by the prospect of disabling a witch. Not even the fact that I'd found a degree of solace in my relationship with Pauline would change that. However, who's there? When I heard the witch's voice through the door, I froze. It was the girl from 4 years earlier. Didn't even have to see her, I knew right away. I wouldn't mistake that voice, that stream of pure, clear water cutting through the grime for anything. I would never forget the first thing that had ever managed to suppress my desires, my first tether. When the Lord told me about the witch, I had never once expected it to be her. Who is it? Are you the witch with the miracle blood? My hand rested on the hilt of my sword. I had at first meant to break down the door if she wouldn't open it for me. Please leave. However, when I heard that voice, my hand fell limp. Please stay away from my home. I'm in need of your blood. Do not spare a little. Nothing to spare for a man like you. My blood is only for the sick and needy. So please, go away. Stay away from me, I'm begging you. Get away from this place. You're a murderer. I want nothing to do with you. So please, just go away. As you say. As she had commanded, I took my leave of her cottage, in somewhat of a haze. It should have come as no surprise, but in the 4 years since our last encounter, she had no kind words left to spare me. Yet even in her derision, I still felt myself being calmed by the sound of her voice. I debated with myself, should I do as the Lord requested and capture her, or should I let her go free, as I had done 4 years earlier? You already know what I decided to do, though, don't you? That's right, I went with the first option. After all, I had no need for 2 tethers. Don't you know, though? Yeah, I mean, she'd recognize his voice the same way he'd recognize hers. You don't forget the voice of the guy who butchered a numberless amount of people in front of you. We don't know the number. A cart full of people in front of you and left you covered in blood and entrails. Don't think you forget that voice. You know. While breaking down her door was still an option, the witch was wary of me. If she were to somehow manage to escape, there was no saying how the Lord might react. So I stood watch, waiting for her to step outside. The problem was she never opened her door. It wasn't just me. It seemed she was wary of everyone. There was one exception, though. The boy. She left the cottage for him. They went on walks together around the lake. It's been a while since we last went on one of our walks, huh? I haven't been sleeping much, taking care of Nellie. Is her condition worsening again? Yeah. Rest assured, I'll give her my blessing as many times as she needs. Thanks. Really appreciate it. The weather's kind of not that great today, huh? Looks like we might get rain. Probably not smart to sit outside much longer. Yesterday. I should get going. See you. Watching the two of them, it occurred to me that I could make good use of the boy. You have 2 options. Either you say no and protect the witch. Why is there always a tiny-ass spider right in front? It's on my monitor now. Just go somewhere not here. Can't even tell if I got it or if it fell somewhere. Well, clearly. I don't know, if the spiders are bros with Bestia, maybe I should be taking them out. Get away, or you help me capture her. Get away from her, right now. If you choose the witch, I kill the girl. Get away. Make your decision. Get away from her. You have until the count of 10. If you don't choose, I kill the girl. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, I'll do it. I'll help you. So get your sword out of her face. Don't kill her. Thought you'd hold out until the last second. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's get going. Get moving. You pitiful little boy. Then the whole cabin incident happens, yeah? Little, loss of arm and blood. Get back! No! Stay away from me! Don't kill me. Take it. What? Well, that's your share. Should last you long enough. Why? Why? Why did you take my arm? Why? What do you mean by share? Why? Well, I still don't know if this puts Bestia in any real better light. Like, he had really tragic circumstances, for sure. Did not lead a happy, healthy life before any of this. Why? I don't know if any of that goes into a joyful, euphoric murder rage. And the only thing that can suppress those murder desires is the voice of one cute girl or the smile of another. It's definitely not as explicitly malicious as Morgana would take it to be, but I don't know if it's much better. Yeah, he understands that morally and legally this is wrong, but it doesn't bother him. Yeah, we've seen this scene before. Not a good time. The witch with the miracle blood had regressed into an ordinary girl, and she cried in pain like a small child. You took her arm, dude! I wasn't going to get very far with her wailing, so I gagged her, made her up, and threw her into a burlap sack. As you do. You know, I understand that her, like, screaming is going to draw attention to you, but you know what else is going to draw attention to you? A bloody sack? Except maybe not. Like, how else would you carry, like, actual meat back in the day, I suppose? If you go to the butcher's, it's not... I mean, the fact that it would be moving would be more sus, but the blood itself, not immediately. Nothing personal. I just need your blood. Without it, she'll lose her church. She needs the money. I needed some way of getting enough money to keep her church running. So the Lord made me an offer. If I brought him the witch with the miracle blood, he would finance a whole new church for her. So don't take it personally. Don't take it personally, bro. It's just gonna lock you up forever and drain you of your blood till you die. But it's nothing personal, bro. Like, come on. Tossed the sack into the cart I had waiting outside, then made my way to the mansion, as per the Lord's instructions. Two of us then locked the witch in the observation tower. When I told the Lord I had used a boy as bait to get her to open her door, he gave an exasperated sigh and said, Involving a third party was not part of the plan. Is there anything at all in that head of yours, dog? You can kill him if that's a problem. Don't be hasty. Describe him for me. Did he seem like he came from a wealthy family? He's young, still in his teens. He lives with his little sister. He looked reasonably well off, probably of noble blood. Picked one hell of a target to use as your bait. Should I kill him? There are people in this world you can make disappear quietly. People no one will notice have gone missing. You're one of them. The boy, he most likely isn't. Was the boy at all interested in the witch's blood? He seemed to be. Well, that makes things a little easier. Just have to make him into an accomplice then. It's everything up to about 6 months ago. You know what happened next, I presume. I threatened Mel, forcing him to join us. He needed the blood for his sister, but even without that excuse, he didn't have the courage to run. Me, on the other hand, I involved myself from my own will. I had no reason to try to get back. In fact, being put in charge of one of the 3 keys gave me an excuse to meet up with her more often. The arrangement was quite beneficial for me. Hey, I heard the news. You were selected to be part of the Lord's personal guard. Now you've got it made. Congratulations. You exaggerate. It's nothing. Oh, now, no need to be humble. He wouldn't have picked you if he didn't really trust you. Everyone around here knows just how hard it is to earn the Lord's trust. If you say so. It hasn't been easy for him, I hear. He only assigns those he really trusts to work so close to him. I hope you're right. He trusts you, I'm sure of it. Certainly can't tell her the real reason I suddenly became his guard. And I've got some more exciting news too. The Lord sent a messenger for me earlier. Apparently he's building a new church and he wants me to serve as a nun there. Can you believe it? You shouldn't be surprised. You are the city's saintess after all. It's a little wonder you would be his first choice. I really don't think I'm that important. Do you not want the position? No, I'm delighted to have such an incredible opportunity. This will allow me to keep so many more people and help so many more people than before. It's wonderful news. It's good to hear. Tell me, I'm not wrong in thinking helping people is the one thing you want more than anything else, am I? Oh, he did straight say it. Mind you, he's already in a little too deep, but he did actually ask her straight out. Right, that's what I want more than anything in the world. Let's see. Hey, smile for me, would you? I've been smiling this whole time, haven't I? Excuse me. Not just now, forever. Of course, when I'm with you, nothing could possibly take the smile off my face. I'm glad to hear it. I mean, who knows whether he would have been able to back out at that point anyway, but he did ask. Never knew someone could lose so much weight while still eating every day. You might have to increase your portions. Wow, it's crazy how draining someone of their blood constantly and leaving them locked up in a place where they have no access to exercise, sunlight, or mental or physical stimulation whatsoever might make someone lose weight, even if you give them food. If there's anything in particular you want, just tell me. I hear children's voices. From outside, I hear children's voices. Ah, the kids here to see the saintess. It has gotten quite noisy out there of late, yes. Oh, the saintess. Your voice has gotten raspy too. Was that my doing? Nah, it's really good for your voice being constantly dehydrated, locked up, be unable to or unwilling to talk in a nice dusty tower. That has nothing, definitely not. Also, the vocal cords are in the arm. It's a well-known fact, you know, half in either arm. Did I take your voice? That's unfortunate. To me, your voice held far more value than your blood. Ah, good to know it's only how she's of value to you. I mean, that's the only way he thinks, but... And I took that away from you. Yes, you three took everything from me. So we did. Enough chatter, dog. The Lord's scheme was a success. The witch's blood brought with it an influx of donations, which the Lord invested in various businesses in the city. I have no idea if the blood actually has miraculous powers, but there were certainly people claiming to have been healed by it. It wasn't long before people who weren't sick started making use of the supposed cure-all medication, saying it had preventative properties as well. As word of the elixir spread, the Lord's profits grew in kind. One fact was undeniable. The witch's blood stimulated the city's dramatic growth. That's everything. Appalling, is it not? Morgana. If you hate me for what I did to her, you can take this sword and kill me with it. And you can have my key. I won't put up a fight. You have the right to exact punishment on me. Killing you would accomplish nothing. It is neither my place to forgive nor punish you. As much as it would make me feel better, doing so would serve no meaningful purpose. I would like you to give me a little time, though. I need time to cool down enough that I can talk to you with a clear head. Of course. So you are still willing to speak with me. Gave you my word. I told you I would help figure out what path you should take. You're an honorable man. I will not force your hand if you don't want to do this. You can tell me to leave and I'll walk right out the door. More than anger or hatred, simply deeply pained. Maybe things would have turned out better if I were as sympathetic a man as you. People are supposed to be able to feel happy or sad for each other. I can't, though, which must make me a beast. When you first met Morgana, you felt a desire to rescue her from the slave traders, did you not? You thought of someone other than yourself. I never saw that desire through, though. My thirst far overpowered anything I may have wanted to do for her. The next time we met, I sold her to the Lord. As I said before, there is no room for interpretation in the things I have done. Whatever I might have wanted to do at one point is all meaningless now. Regardless, anything I do for someone else is ultimately for my own benefit, because it's what I need. No matter how selfish your motivations may ultimately be, please let me believe some part of you does genuinely want to help her. All right. I know I'll sound like a hypocrite for saying this, but sitting back and waiting for her to die is not what I want. When I cut off her arm, I didn't feel any of the thrill or euphoria that I usually do when I take my sword to someone. Can't say whether that means I have a conscience, but if but for a moment, or just wasn't myself at the time. If you can save her, though, please do. I can't do anything. If I try, I'll only make things worse. Cannot do everything on my own either. Give me your word that you will atone to Morgana for your actions. While I doubt making reparations will clear me of my crimes, if that is what you want me to do, that is what I will do. Can I ask you something? What is it? Tell me more about my next life. I want to know what kind of man I am. I want to know every mistake I make, all the details. I warn you, it's a tale far more barbaric than anything you can imagine. Do you still want to hear it? I do, and I have little doubt that I will believe it. If you're worried I might react the way I did earlier, I'll lay down my sword. You can tie me up too if you want. Bro, I trust you. I trust you to tie me up. To make sure that I'm helpless before you, bro. Don't worry. That won't be necessary. I'm going to trust you. I'll tell you the whole hopelessly tragic truth. Just make sure you tie me up good, bro. You wouldn't want me able to get free. That would be a shame, bro. Then I'd be able to resist, bro. I mean, everything I saw with no embellishments. Please do. And so I told him the tale I witnessed beyond the second door. That he lost his memory in a shipwreck, that he was treated like a beast by the people in the land where he washed up, that he massacred countless people, and that he took the life of his lover who had come in search of him, never wavering in her belief that he was still alive. Told him about the white-haired girl. I told him about the things he made Giselle do. I didn't hide anything. As I spoke, he would occasionally grimace or his eyes would go wide for a moment, but not once did he interrupt me. He sat there in silence until I finished. You weren't kidding. Sorry. Holy shit, bro. I can't believe I was actually worse in my next life. That was far worse than I had imagined. It's the truth, though. You became the target of Morgana's loathing, and you are led back to this mansion. That is what lies in your future. As difficult as it may be to comprehend, that person is you. The The man who does all those things hundreds of years from now is you. I really am a beast. A horrendously precarious creature. As I interpret it, when you lost your memory, you also lost everything you used to suppress your nature. You lost the foundation you had built, and as a result, you were no longer able to maintain that balance. Would that mean that what I am now is, comparatively speaking, human? Closer. Way closer than that bestia, yeah. No, I'm no different now. I have no more control over myself when I'm killing people than the man you described. You've seen me do reprehensible things, and in spite of that, you were never condescending or insulting, never acted disgusted or afraid of me. Are all angels as compassionate as you? I'm not an angel. I was simply biting my tongue. Are you afraid of me then? Not afraid of you, no. What are you then? I don't understand. I am of the belief that now is not the appropriate time for me to allow my personal feelings to influence my actions. My task is to save Morgana. I want to be honest with you for a moment. I despise the man you are in the future. I'm also equally frustrated at myself. You're right. The things you did were inexcusable. You murdered innocents. You killed the woman who came searching for you. But on a personal level, what angers me the most is that you put blood on the hands of the woman I love. I know very well that to you, it's something you haven't done yet, but it was still your soul. It tears me apart inside that I couldn't return in time to stop it. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who wouldn't be angry to know someone they cared about had received that kind of treatment. I suppose. If that's how you feel, though, aren't you interested in taking revenge on me? As I mentioned before, there are times when allowing your emotions to take the reins is the wrong course of action. This is one of those times. Seeking vengeance is the wrong thing for me to do right now. If I can eliminate Morgana's hatred, the three of your souls will be set free as well. So you're going to save me too. Yes, I am. I don't consider myself worthy of redemption, especially not after hearing about the things I will do. I'm a beast through and through, a twisted, psychopathic monster. You were conflicted, though. You struggled against the creature that dwelled inside you. It's true that you found perverted joy in violence and murder, but you also felt kindness, which caused a part of you to seek peace. And the same can be said of you in this time as well. If you actually were nothing but a beast, or rather, nothing but a man that derived pleasure in killing, maybe then I could have truly reviled you. Then you would be irredeemable, no matter what had turned you into that. No matter how much pain and suffering had driven you to that point. But your instability, your constantly shifting desires, your mental frailty, all appear to me as very human traits. Tell me, how should I live my life from here on? Well, you gotta stop torturing people. That's ground rule number 1. You gotta stop torturing people. What is it you want most? The easiest road for me would be the one I walk now, to continue being a killer. No fighting my desires, no resisting what's inside me. Would that be my salvation, to abandon my humanity entirely? I don't know what I should do, what I'm supposed to do. I'm at a complete loss about everything. I would like to believe that your desire to live in peace is sincere, and that's what I want for you too. It will be the more trying path, yes, because you will have to fight against your nature to stay on it. But we live in the human world, and you also have Pauline, who wants the same thing, extending her hand for you, inviting you to join her. So I encourage you to suppress your urges. Your life will not be easy for it, but I implore you to take the rocky road for your own sake and for hers. Even if it means my entire life is built on a foundation of lies. Before today, I believed it was wrong not to be true to oneself. But as I listened to you tell me your story, I came to realize that maybe there are exceptions. Some things you can and possibly should keep locked inside you where they can't hurt anyone else. However, I also think you have a tendency to try and act too perfect around her, both in this life and the next. You cover up so much of yourself, you become an entirely different person. You can be your conflicted, imperfect self around her. The man you are right now, lost and trying to find his way. I have little doubt she will accept that man. What you need most is restraint. I see. So tell me, do you think my future can be changed? I don't know for certain, so all I can do is speculate. But as you share the same soul, I expect any changes you make now will be reflected in your future incarnation. I have my work cut out for me then. Pauline, she believed in me. She put her faith in a beast and went out in search of him. I cannot allow myself to be the kind of monster that would murder a woman like her. I have to change. I will change the future. You can do it. When my life here comes to an end, I vow to make my next one better. Thank you for listening to me and for giving me guidance. I can't say I'm particularly suited for the job. Knowing that my words are going to influence the direction of another's life is an unimaginable amount of pressure. I don't know. I'd say you pulled it off well enough. If you ever decide to quit being an angel, you'd make a damn convincing missionary. I have no interest in being a missionary, and as I've told you, I'm not an angel. That's too bad. I joined the Church of Mikhail, bro. Bro. You're my church, bro. You give guidance and light into my soul, bro. Yeah, I'd join your church, bro. Sure is something. But I mean, sans the bro, we're not even adding words into his mouth anymore. Like, he straight says that. Don't look at me like that. I'm just kidding, bro. Now can I get angry at you? As I've been telling you, I'm an ordinary man. I'm not special in any way, like you seem to think I am. You're not ordinary. You're different, but not in the same way I am. I wouldn't ask any normal man to show me how to lead my life. I see. Although, what passes for normal differs from person to person, I suppose. Just as I don't think you're normal, I'm sure there are people out there who do. Perhaps. But maybe they're just able to see my desire to be normal. Well, it's everything I have to tell you. You're going to want to talk to the Lord next, I assume. That's right. I'm going to convince him to hand over his key, then I'm going to set Morgana free. I doubt you'll have much luck convincing him of anything, but I'll help in any way I can. I mean, to be fair, the same was said about you, and yet here we are with your key. Hopefully it doesn't cost us as many shattered body parts. Otherwise, we're going to be in real trouble. I appreciate it. I'll get him to come to supper tonight. You be there too. Got his toxic GF on our side. True. Okay, I'll be there. I'm gonna ask you one favor though. Could you try to arrange that for as late as possible? That should be doable, but why? There's someone else I need to speak with first. Alright, I'll do what I can. Thank you. See you this evening then. As if it's not like the dead of night already after that whole tale. Did I lead him to the correct path? Will he actually find redemption at the end of it? No, I made the right decision. Even if he does it in this life, there's enough of a chance that he will in his next. One left, and that's it. I'm almost there, Giselle. I've almost made it to Morgana. Come this far. All that's left is to speak with the Lord. Stay focused, Mikhail. The pieces I have still don't fit together yet. As Morgana told it, the Lord was a cruel man from the moment she first saw him. And he wasn't much different in the swordman's telling of the events either. Are those portrayals the full picture of what kind of man he is? Will adding his perspective do anything but amplify Morgana's hatred? And if he really is exactly the man he's been made out to be, then how do you explain his internal struggles from the third door? Did his core personality change with the times? Everyone else I've met has been fundamentally the same, though. Are you the exception? Jacopo? Morgana found joy in her life during her 3 years at the brothel. She wept about not being given the opportunity to thank them. So maybe Maria is more likely to be able to assuage Morgana's animosity? I'll have to hear what she has to say. Ugh. I can barely move. My right arm. Can't feel my fingers at all. It burns. I've managed this long, but damned if it doesn't hurt. Yeah, I can't imagine getting much sleep in that state. But also, he's not even trying to sleep now. He's trying to go talk, and then he's got dinner with more talking. Why must you hand out miracles for nothing? I know that voice. Looking up at someone, a woman. She's draped in a black fog, and I can't make out many details, but even through the darkness, I know immediately who she is. She is Mother. No, she's not my mother. Why would you even ask such a question, Mother? We're barely holding on as it is, my dear. It's not wrong to expect a little remuneration for our services. No, Mother, it is wrong. Miracles are not to be bartered for. Yeah. Man, when are they going to put out a set of Weiss Schwartz, the House and Fata Morgana cards, huh? Come on, cowards. The happiest set known to mankind. God the Father does not charge for his miracles, so why should we, when I am only borrowing his power? Listen to me, Morgana. Every time you give someone a blessing, you're hurting yourself. If not for the miracle itself, you still deserve some degree of compensation for the pain. I know you're concerned for me, Mother, and I appreciate it very much, but I'm happy with the way things are. I'm happy to be able to help others with my Heavenly Father's power. Power you won't have for much longer, my dear, if we can't afford to keep ourselves fed. I'm a saint, aren't I? Yes, you're my sweet little saint. God will not forsake his saint. No matter how difficult it may get, he will always provide me a way to continue doing his work. And you're the mother of that saint, aren't you? Yes, that's right. I conceived you untainted by the hands of a man. Then you must respect his will as well, Mother. It must be our highest priority. You're right. I was wrong, my dear saint. Mother, you agreed with me. You said I was right. So why are you taking money from that man? Mother looks over as strange men shove me into a carriage. The look in her eyes sends a chill down my spine. I see her lips moving. She doesn't actually say the words out loud, but I can make out every individual syllable. Because you're worthless to me. Welcome, daughter of God. You'll be performing miracles for me now. And if you cooperate, I can guarantee you'll live more than comfortably. Miracles are not something to be performed for one single person's benefit. What? Miracles are not magic or parlor tricks. They are a precious gift granted to me by my Father in heaven. Using his power for personal gratification is a grave sin. I will do no such thing. I entreat you to think long and hard about your actions. Yeah, people in the highest levels of power often are convinced by people that they view to be below them to reconsider their actions and think about how it affects others. That often works. Yeah. Do away with such selfish desires and dedicate yourself to helping the people. The power you have been given was bestowed upon you by the hand of God. It's not your power. He is merely allowing you to make use of it for a short time. Pride is a sin. Please consider how you conduct yourself. You're an ignorant, insolent child, aren't you? I bought you. You are my property. You have no right to an opinion. It's not my opinion. That is the way of the world. It's God. Silence. You're not here to talk. Ah, I didn't drop anything. You're here to perform miracles for me and my guests. As I've already told you, I will do no such thing. What you will or will not do is my decision, not yours. The Lord says with a sickening laugh, and grabs me by the hair and knocks me to the floor. I beg him to stop, but he isn't listening to a word I say. Cheers! A saint's blood and a good fortune to all. I stare vaguely out at the crowd gathering for the Lord's blood feast. Every time he has guests, he throws another party, and every time he slices another part of my arms or legs open. It isn't long before they're an unsightly web of crisscrossing scars. The Lord sometimes has trouble deciding where to cut, but not out of any sense of sympathy for me. He simply thinks drawing blood from an untouched area of my body will make it more effective. The Lord strips me bare. Perhaps we'll use your stomach today, Saint. I should be able to get some nice pure blood from there. Stop this. Can you not comprehend that what you're doing is an affront to the Lord? I'm free to do what I wish with my property. Saint or not, you are no different than any of my slaves. The Lord is greatly displeased with your actions. Then use your miracle powers to deliver divine punishment on me. Go on. You can do that, can't you? Your soul will be punished. You may not see the effects now, but you will pay for your sins one day. You're not as threatening as you think you are, buck naked girl. Don't give me that look, girl. I have no interest in taking that from you. You'll be lucky to find anyone willing to lay with a girl covered in disgusting scars. All I can do is wait and endure the day after day of torture and shame, of the Lord searching for new places to stick his knife. My entire body, except for my face, is covered in reddish-black wounds. Someone, anyone, help me. Get me out of here. Please, someone. O Father, who art in heaven, I pray for you to lead me unto deliverance. Father, your trials, they are much too great. Morgana was much clearer than the first time I saw it. Everything she felt, her struggling, her sincerity, her pain, and her voice, felt almost as though I was the one going through it all. The Lord. I understand why Morgana would bear such a powerful grudge against him. Yeah. Doing that bit or not? Well, during that bit, he was seeing and feeling as her. And we haven't seen a portrait for her yet. We've seen her, you know, the other side. Oh, Yakobo, you mean? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. We didn't see anyone's portrait during that. At all. Whether that's important or just part of the flashback? Not flashback, but you know what I mean. Waking memory experience? Considering everything he did to her, why would he do that, though? Is there some reason? Excuse me. Some explanation for his actions? I'm thoroughly exhausted, like I've just spent the last several months having my blood drained again and again. My limbs feel like they have boulders tied to them. Just trying to get to my feet makes me dizzy. It's so cold. Yeah, it's most likely that they kind of just drew the one, but she's probably waiting for me by now. I should get going. I have to do this. Move, damn it. Fighting against my body's attempts to succumb to gravity with every step through sheer force of will, I make my way to the courtyard. Oh, there you are. Thank God you came. Like the lowercase god. Sneaking into church grounds has been unnerving, so are you alright? You look like you just came back from the dead. I'm fine. Thank you for coming. Now to continue our conversation from yesterday. Whoa, whoa, slow down. Who do you think you're convincing? You look about as fine as a fucking corpse. If you're not feeling well, we can always do this some other time. We cannot. And whoa, what happened to your hand? It's a minor injury. Nothing of any significance. Seriously, who do you think you're convincing, man? You can get around just fine without a few fingers. You gotta take yourself into consideration, too. You can only run on raw determination for so long. And imagine how it makes me feel for a second. You asking to talk and showing up looking like that? You want to get anything done, you gotta take care of yourself first. Head on back to your room and rest. Let's do this some other day, okay? When you're feeling... I don't have that kind of time. Noon tomorrow. That's my deadline. I have to take care of everything before then. I know damn well what condition I'm in, but that doesn't change what I need to do. If I don't, I can't save Morgana. I can't get Giselle back. Makes it all the more important you get your rest. And when do you suggest I do that exactly? Honestly, I don't get why you're in such a damn tizzy. Get a hold of yourself, man. And plenty calm. You sure don't look it. You're already pushing yourself to the edge. I don't want to be responsible for giving you that last nudge. So quit bickering with me, get your ass back, and get some rest. You don't understand the gravity of the situation. None of you do. You don't grasp how great an effect stopping what happens tomorrow will have. I have to keep moving, even if it means crawling through the dirt. If I don't, not only will I fail to make things better, Morgana's almost certainly got even worse fates in store for all of you, so long as her curse lives on. I am the only one here who knows what awaits. So that makes you what, a prophet or something then? Not exactly, no, but in the terms of this time period, that would be the most apt description. Do you not believe me? Well, you know, that is asking a lot. That's fine, you don't have to. But at the very least, I want you to believe that I genuinely believe something terrible is going to happen tomorrow if I don't do something. That I think I don't have time to waste. All I need you to do is tell me what you know. Could you do that for me? Assuming you actually are a prophet or whatever, why don't you just, get the hell out of town? Say, fuck it, this is too much, and vanish into the night. No one's going to blame you if you do. Hell, is anyone even going to notice you did anything if you succeed? I'm not in this for attention or praise. I cannot sit idly by knowing what I know, seeing what has happened and what will, knowing what Morgana went through, what she felt. I can't abandon her, not anymore. I can't let my knowledge go to waste. While it is true that the mansion will continue to be wrapped in darkness so long as Morgana's curse remains in effect, and nothing can be put to rest until I do something about that, it's not my sole motivation anymore. I sincerely want to help Morgana. Giselle, is this what you meant when you told me you wanted me to save her? You seem like the kind of fellow who's always fretting about something or other. You have no idea. You don't know how to take it easy, do you? Though, I guess in a way that's kind of why you can fight so hard, huh? Alright, you win. I'll talk. Anything you want to know, I'll tell you. Thank you very much. But you sit your butt down first. Okay. Morgana said that? She did. She described her 3 years there as one of the brightest periods of her life. Huh, who'd have thought? Damn, that's kinda really great to hear. Did she ever tell you herself how she felt? She never really made much of an attempt to be part of the group. It's like she had these colossal walls all around her. I can see that. Yeah, so I always kind of felt like I never knew if I was sticking my nose in too far or not, you know? She appreciated what you and the other woman did for her. After the raid 4 years ago, she ended up in the hands of a slave trader. As she was being transported, she said this, with tears in her eyes. I'm sad because I didn't get the chance to show my gratitude to the people very dear to me. Well, damn. So is that, absolutely 100% exactly what she said? You're not just pulling it out of your ass, are you? Those were her exact words, yes. As hard as it may be to believe. Nah, I believe you. Just surprised is all. I mean, just wow, yeah. If I'd known that was how she felt, maybe I could have been a little friendlier with her. You weren't friendly with her. Not especially. I mean, that's not to say I was cold or anything. Just that all the girls kept a bit of distance from her. Not because we didn't like her, because that's what it looked like she wanted, some distance. None of us were really cut out for the caretaker gig. As much as we'd love to be some kind of mother figure for her, we just didn't have it in us. Who was closest to her? He's dead. The slave. Huh? What's this about a slave? There was a young man, a slave who participated in the revolt at the Lord's Manor, who saved Morgana's life. Ah, yeah, that's the guy. He was the closest any of us had to her, or at least he gave her the most attention. And he's 6 feet under. That's unfortunate. What can you do? People come and go. It's just the way of things. I thought that maybe if he were still alive, that would improve our chances of saving Morgana. Improve our chances? There's only one way about it. We smash the Lord's fucking skull and we take his key. It's not an option. Doing that will not alleviate her hatred. Would you be willing to accompany us when we go into the observation tower? Huh? Me? Why? I want you to be there, to say something to her. I'll say whatever you want me to say once you've gotten her out of the tower. Don't you think being able to hear the voice of someone she cares for when she's finally set free would do more to pull her out of the darkness than anything else? That's all the more reason it can't be me. Why not? Like I've been saying, I was never that tight with her. I kept my distance. I can't do anything, not with the reasons you've given me for why she's so full of hatred. I have no other options, though. You know, actually, while I doubt this will do much in the way of getting rid of her grudge, there is something I was supposed to give her, but never got the chance. Oh? It's nothing special, just a rinky-dink little necklace, but if you get the chance, would you mind giving it to her? If anyone, that should come from you. It's not from me. It was supposed to be from the slave. He got it for her as a birthday present, but that was the day the brothel got raided. So yeah, that's the story. Make sure she gets it, would you? Okay, I will. Thanks, man. Well, now that's out of the way, I should split. Best of... There you are! You weren't in your room. I was worried sick. What are you two doing here? You're going to talk to the Lord tonight, right? So, there's a chance you might be able to set the Saintess free. No way am I going to miss that. That's why you're here. That, and to say goodbye. I want for them to make reparations as soon as the girl's release. Do you feel the same way, Nellie? Mel tells me he wants to, then I won't stop him. But he was threatened, so if it's possible, I don't think there's any need for him to rush to be punished. Don't want to lose my brother. Surely there's other ways he can atone. That's reasonable. I do feel guilty about what he was put through. It's not your fault what he did. Anyway, I'm really, really anxious about tonight, but I'm sure it'll all turn out fine. You'll make it work, won't you, dearest Mikhail? I'll do my best. Oh, come on, you gotta act confident. Take care of my Mel for me, too. If he's fragile, so handle him with care. It's like a big old box of china. Is he really that fragile? As for me, if he looks like he's going to do anything he shouldn't, would you stop him for me? I wish I could be there to do it myself, but well, he insists only the people directly involved should be there, and I want to respect that. I was never going to allow anyone to get hurt anyway. That's good. Thank you. He and the Lord may have caused the girl a great deal of pain, but I still don't want anyone to get hurt. Some people deserve it, and I said let them have it. Now, Maria, don't be like that. You're the weird one, little Miss Perfect. Go around letting everyone off the hook for everything, and the whole damn world's gonna come falling down around you. He did what he did for me, though. And the Lord, he's only in it for his own profit. Much as he says it benefits the city, it still comes back around to his own pockets. The Lord's not a bad man, though. Yeah, I've heard it 1,000 times. No one's a bad person in your eyes, I know. Now, can we please try to keep things civil? Yeah, sorry, bad habit, I know. I talk a lot of rot, but I don't really mean half of it. I do think he's much better than the old Lord, though. Hold on a second. What did you just say? He's better than the old... When did the current Lord take his place? 4 years ago? What? Morgana was 9 years old when she was at the Lord's Manor. 7 years ago. Maria, were you ever at the Lord's Manor at any time 7 years ago? Nah, I was never hired by anyone there. Then when? She didn't have any interaction with the Lord 7 years ago. It all makes sense. How did I not consider this possibility sooner? I know what kind of man he is, and I know what the people he had around him. Maria, is the slave actually dead? You better have a damn good reason for this. It came because you said you had something important to discuss. Now, care to tell me who the hell this white-haired man is and what he's doing here? You neglected to mention we'd be having company. I'm the one who asked him to arrange this meeting with you. It looks like we have a wedge of cheese and bread and wine, and some sort of stew? The bro meeting, yes. The happening, you might say. And who the hell would you be? He's an angel. Or a prophet. What? Ye old bro meeting, yes. No, sorry. You're close. It's ye... Oop, I can't block that. Ye old bro. There it is. Perfect. What? Did you both finally snap under the pressure? I'll leave it for you to decide what you think I am. I will say, though, that I know everything. I know you've got a girl imprisoned in the observation tower, and I know you're taking her blood and calling it medicine, passing it out at the church. Which one of you squealed? No one told him anything. He just knows. He knows everything, including my deepest desires and what happens in my next life. He's probably peering into your soul this very moment. Completely lost it, I see. Well, how did you get information doesn't matter. All I need to know is this. What are you hoping to gain from it? Wealth? My downfall? What? Morgana's freedom. I want you to give me your key. Then I want you to tell me your story. I've come here from the future, from the world after Morgana's death. Her soul courses with hatred for the three of you, and she's placed a curse of eternal suffering on your souls. Is everyone at this damn table gone mad? Did you seriously think I would believe that nonsense? Don't interrupt me. My objective is not so much to rescue Morgana's physical body from the tower, but to save her soul from an eternity of loathing. I can't achieve that on my own, however. Because I am not from this time, I have no direct interaction with her or anyone else here until just recently. In order to make her have a change of heart, I need to gather the truth from the people who are from this time. And I suspect that you hold the last piece of the puzzle. The biggest piece. That you have a far deeper connection with Morgana than anyone else here. Now, I'm all but certain of it now. Your perspective is crucial to accomplishing my goal. Tell me your whole story, please. How you ended up capturing and imprisoning Morgana. What you thought and felt along the way. Your truth will get through to her, I know it. That will be the turning point in all this. Her curse will be no more, and you will all be returned to the paths you were meant to walk. Everyone will have their salvation. Someone throw this madman out. I won't do it. Neither will I. Damned worthless curs. Now call the guards then. Who do you think I am exactly? I'm the lord of this land. Under ordinary circumstances, I never so much as deigned to speak with you, lowly peasant. Now get out of my sight. Or I'll take it I'll take it as an act of aggression and you'll find yourself without a head. In this room, right now, you're not a lord, you're a lone man. Until you hand over your key, we're not letting you leave. And you'll find there aren't any guards for you to call. You're all alone on this estate. Your preoccupation with staying out of sight played right into our hands. Accept your defeat, Lord. We've already agreed to set the witch free. Cowardly worms. Ironic coming from you. I didn't think you'd turn quite so easily. The nun and your kid sister are in it too, I take it. We were only working for you. We never felt any sort of allegiance to you. Loyalty founded on what one has to gain or lose is far more resilient than uncertain, fluctuating feelings. But it would appear this white-haired man shattered that foundation. How long have you been colluding with them, cur? Arrived in this era, 2 days ago. What? 2 days? In just 2 days you got these worms dancing for you? They are not dancing for me. I merely spoke with them and they listened. You're a disturbed man. You couldn't possibly have won these two over in a mere 2 days. He is no ordinary man. As we've said, he knew everything. While I was talking to him, it felt like he was looking directly into my soul. He's definitely an unusual one, yeah. It feels like he's known me my whole life, even though he just showed up out of nowhere 2 days ago. I didn't believe what he was saying at first, but he knew things he couldn't possibly know. My secret wish, something I've never told anyone before. I don't know what kind of tricks you're playing, but now I know why I've never seen you around. If you'd been lurking around the city for longer, sticking your nose where it didn't belong, I would have taken notice sooner or later. I'm impressed. In only 2 days, you managed to convince them both to betray me and set me up. I am, indeed, the one in charge of this operation. So if it's the witch you're after, I'm the obvious target, yes. And the 2 dogs there surely have some pent-up rage. So I take it you're going to tie me up, then torture me until I tell you what you want to know. It's not a bad idea. What do you say? Give me the word, and he's in ropes. Wait, we agreed we weren't getting rough. I have no interest in solving this problem with violence. We are here to uncover the truth. We needn't exchange blows, only words. Anyway, if we're going to beat it out of him, we would have done so as soon as he walked through the door. We discussed this beforehand. We're only talking. No one's getting into any fights, physically or verbally. That's right. I'm really good at tying ropes, bro. I practice on myself all the time. They're so tight, I struggle to get out of them myself. They will bind you effortlessly. Well, it looks like I got no way out, so you got me. I surrender. Take my key. Go open the tower doors. What? That was easier than expected. Your key is not important right now. Your perspective is what I seek. Why did you make it so the lock requires 3 keys? One person is more than adequate for the job. What nonsense am I talking now? I don't know. We dunk on Bestia in this household. This stream, we dunk on Bestia. And it appears we've determined that he is a bro that enjoys pet play and bondage. So I split it 3 ways. Is that any of your concern, Kerr? Is it because it was too much weight to bear alone? You didn't actually want to imprison Morgana, did you? Something somewhere went wrong. You backed yourself into a corner and couldn't escape. Done listening to you. Am I right or am I wrong, Lord? Or should I say, Jacopo? Jacopo? But isn't his name, Jean-Francois Barnier? That's Lord Barnier to you, you insolent child. Actual Sadist and the biggest masochist. I feel like there is nothing more anime, like trashy anime harem tropey than that. The peak of Gap Moe. No, I'm sorry. I will refuse to acknowledge the concept that Bestia could be Gap Moe. Nope. That's too far for even me. Even I got limits, okay? This is a... He was cool before cool was cool. No? I mean, Pauline thinks so, but no? You seem to be a bit confused. I'm son of the House of Barnier, which means I'm royalty. No, you are not. I don't know how you came to start calling yourself Barnier. There's not a drop of royal blood flowing through your veins. The slave revolt at the Lord's Manor 7 years ago. You were there, weren't you? During the revolt, you helped Morgana escape. That's right, you saved her life once. was you. You were the slave from 7 years ago. Slave? You out of your goddamn mind? Me, a slave? Like hell a former slave could become royalty. You did it though. You went from slave to lord. Enough. I don't know who's filling that white head of yours with the dribble, but I'm done listening to it. Say another word and I'll throttle you myself. Keep slandering my name, I dare you. Morgana told me the slave from back then was dead. She didn't mean it literally though. She meant he wasn't who he used to be anymore. Morgana, you been talking to her too? She was afraid if Morgana found out, it would only serve to throw her deeper into despair. The man who had once saved her is now responsible for keeping her imprisoned. Do your ears not work, Kerr? I said I've had enough. I need your perspective. There's more to the story, I'm certain of it. I refuse to believe you acted only for your own benefit, only to cause her pain. If you want the key so damn badly, then take it. Set the witch free. I don't give a damn. But if you say another word, I'll rip your fucking tongue out. Man, if threats of stopping talking worked on us, we'd have a bunch more functioning fingers right now, okay? Also, I believed and knew Bestia would go through on those threats. I'm pretty sure this is empty. If he's got no guards around, and Bestia is on our side, he ain't ripping our tongue out. He ain't doing nothing. He would definitely order someone else to do it. I believe that wholeheartedly, but there's no one around to listen. Again, the key is not what I need right now. I need your story. You damn for just an imbecile. Your perspective is crucial to saving Morgana's soul. Enough. When you were a slave, you helped Morgana escape from the Lord. Silence. You spent the next 3 years with her. Just one more fucking word. I swear to God. Again, lowercase. So how did you end up here? How did the boy from 7 years ago go from saving her to locking her up and stealing her blood? There's no excusing your actions, no. But please, I need you to tell me how you got to this point. Enough! Kale. Next thing I see is a dagger in his hands, pointed at me. I reflexively try to push myself out of the path of his charge with my dominant hand, which sends a jolt of excruciating pain up my right arm. I'll rip your fucking head off!
Objection!
I would object to it, yes. The Lord swings his arm up, and the necklace spills from my pocket, making a metallic clink as it hits the floor. When he sees it, his eyes go wide for a brief moment. Of course. Just as slack-jawed as him. What the hell is going on? Why? How? Why am I looking at a familiar cloud of inky black darkness? There's no one to answer my question, though. And no time to think about it, either. I have to make a decision right... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This also wouldn't be the first time if they were like, I have to make a choice right now, and we the player don't get a choice. It's happened like 3 times this chapter. But the Lord, dagger raised, is quickly approaching. Off to the side, the cloud of darkness is expanding. No, it's a choice. Ooh. Yeah, it's got to be reach into the void. Whether it's the right answer or not, that's got to be what I'm going with right now. I'm not saying it's going to be the right answer, but it's definitely the answer that I think is the right call in this situation, though that's historically proven wrong. Yeah. Hold on, we have something for this.
Become what you must.
Let's go. I reach my hand into the darkness spreading from the necklace, and as soon as I do... What? What the hell is this? What's that black stuff? The blackness swells, consuming us all. No, stop! What? Wait, what is this? Don't make me watch this! His shouts fade into the distance. My mind and body are swallowed up entirely. It's the same thing that happens whenever Giselle and I open a door. The same darkness I've gazed into again and again and again and again in that cursed mansion. That house that exists outside reality. Tampa, Florida! Far, far off into the distance I can see a gentle light, like a hole ripped out of the darkness. Green grass and colorful flowers rustling in the wind. I don't understand. The darkness was never present in the past. It was, I thought, a phenomenon restricted to the realm of the dead. So what's it doing here? But even my questions are, in short order, swallowed up by the void. Soon my body ceases to retain its form, leaving only my consciousness to view the sights, sounds, and emotions of someone's past. I become an observer, as I have many times before. Okay. So let's be honest, the likelihood of this story taking less than an hour is minimal. I can stop it here, or we can stop it at some point mid-story. This will almost definitively be the more logical stopping point, but we can go further and stop at a more awkward, just cut-off point. I want to keep going, but I think doing whatever chunk is coming up in one go is probably the better call for an experience. Yes, it's smart to stop, but I want to know more. But I think stopping is the smart decision. And I think giving these sections room to breathe and the time they need is doing them more justice than snipping them up when possible. The week before Sunday, clearly. Are you telling me you'd rather me stream this than Atelier? Is that what I'm hearing, Ramen? You want me to cut Atelier days? That sounds out of character. No, I'm going to save it for Sunday. I think ending here is right. Of course Ramen has motives for this, because the sooner we end this, the sooner we get to Disco Elysium, and the sooner we finish Disco Elysium, the sooner tickets start getting used. So, it all feeds, it all spirals together. No, I think ending here is right. I don't know how many streams are left of this, but in the off chance it is a longer time than any of us anticipate, I probably won't do any Disco Elysium during October. I'll save those days for October things because we have a fairly hefty plate. But if this game continues into October, we will continue playing it on Sundays. Fair? Fair. If we finish this, though, I'll take a hiatus for October till we're done with October to start Disco Elysium. But we're not stopping this short of, the stuff that happens Sunday that makes it so I can't stream Sundays. But, how do tickets work again? Acquiring them? Oh, I forget what the exact rulings are. Hold on. You almost certainly have some, if I haven't updated it in a while. It's gifted subs, subscription months, and watch time are the three ways, but I have it in the Discord as to how the exact numbers are, I believe. I'm pretty sure I updated it. Oh, yeah, I haven't updated it. It's definitely 25 gifted subs, right? I definitely changed it down from 50. Yep, let me change that then, because that's inaccurate. It originally was just supposed to be a rare thing to really just kind of reward Grim for dumping an uncomfortable amount of gifted subs, but it has spread to more stuff. Let's see. I think I had it at 500 hours. That sounds right. 25 gifted subs. I think that's it. Did I ever set it so that it was tied to subscription months too? Yeah, it's tied to months. Yeah. I didn't count down every year. Okay, yeah, yeah, that checks out. Okay, so how do you check watch time further? Oh, let me just go to the bot. Give me a second, Arc. I got you. There should be on the bot users, and if I look, oh, you can. Oh, there you go. Just do the hours command. That'll do it. I can always find out myself too, but that'll do it. Uh, did fear first, then soar. We were looking for arc, but go ahead. Okay, we got arc. Yeah, so that's three tickets approaching halfway to a fourth. I'll update everyone else's while I'm here too. Let me just give me a second. Oh, true. So that adds in. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get into the edit message. Do I have? Oh, I do have arc. Okay, so you used one. You must have used two because I said 1K hours was the last I checked. So you have another one from hours. I don't have any from years. Yeah, okay, so that checks out. You've used two. Uh, the years I don't have added in. So give me a second. We'll do 4 years and we'll add. So you're at 5 arc. Let me make sure Soar's hours are up to date. Jeez. Always forget. Soar is up here. I last hit you at 7K hours, so you do have an extra one for 7.5K hours. Yep, you're updated. Fear 2600. Sphere, you gotta be on this list. Fear. I last got you at 2K, and you have one, so you have another one. You're at 2 tickets for 2.5K. Everyone who. Oh, and ramen. Sorry. Ramen. I last got you at 5K hours. Okay, so that shouldn't need updating right now. So the gifted subs might. What are we even at for that? I last got you 225 gifted subs. You dump them in like once a year, you just go insane. So I don't think since then it will have updated, but if I'm wrong, point me in that direction, I'll gladly update it. So that should be updated. The general ruling, just to go over again, is you can ticket me to play a game with some restrictions. I have veto power if it's something that I absolutely cannot or do not want to play. And you cannot ticket me to purchase a game. If it's under $5, I will just buy the game. If it's over that, I might wait for a sale, or if you gift it to me, I will let you know before whether it's something I'd play or not. I don't think I've ever vetoed one except on time. And Grim has used them way more creatively, like making me play an entire stream with a controller upside down. You can be creative with them, and as long as it's not actively physically harmful to me or something that's going to be just a really terrible, ruin people's experience stream, I'm likely to agree to it. I do technically have veto power, but I don't want to use that. These are supposed to be uncommon, rare, crazy things. But technically, didn't we do stands? Maybe? I believe so. I believe one of them. I tend to keep a list of like previous ones. I kept it originally just for ideas. It is not up to date because the last one is the lawnmower sim. And we've had. Grim really wants me to use that ticket for the water gun fight, but I really don't want to because I wanted to do that. So I really don't want to take that ticket from Grim. So, yeah. So other than that, I think the list is up to date. I don't think there's been a ticket since Lawnmowers, and we're about to get a dump from Ramen, I imagine. But besides that, we should be fairly up to date. If there's a clerical error in your favor, then you have that many tickets. I'm not going to go and take any away because I screwed up. Unless I like add a 0 to something, that's that's a little bigger of a clerical error. But you know, let's actually save this. Doom the Dark Ages wasn't so expensive. Take it. Yeah, there's a non-zero chance I end up nabbing the game eventually anyway, because I really did enjoy Doom and what was the second one? The second one was a potions thing. As I was Doom Eternal, that's it. Yeah, as I was going through credits of Doom, Potts just gifted the game. Was like, here you go, hit the next one, and so we did. Obviously, both were very fun. If you're spending 10 tickets at once, disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, those are the general rules for tickets. They are on the Discord under Viper tickets, though clearly I have not updated it in super long. I did just fix the update a little bit, but to be fair, in the Discord it does say in all caps this is massively subject to changes. So, yeah. Only have 5 years? Oh, do I? It's been a few since there, yeah. Jeez. Da, da, da. So it'll be 8. I'm just gonna hit the 8 because I know I'll forget to update it before then. So I'm gonna give you the extra one now, knowing damn well what's about to happen anyway. Ramen. Okay. So you are at 10. Just gonna say 8-year. Jeez. These were supposed to be rare, but I never expected so much streaming for so much time with people just casually dropping gift sub bombs. And also, a lot of people don't spend them. Like, clearly enough have been redeemed, but like, yeah. Doing answers first. No. See, like, I would veto that because that would be something that would actively ruin a long-term experience. And you can't ticket something to interfere with someone else's ticket, and that would be technically interfering with Ramen's tickets. That is another rule: is you can't spend a ticket to like counteract someone else's ticket. And as we found out when Pot streamed for a little bit, you can't use Viper tickets to make other people do stuff. It only works on me. You can't ticket Pots. It's me. You can ticket me. Yeah. Yeah, no, Ramen has long ago purchased Umineko both parts for me. I haven't actually. You sent me the link of what I need to do to set them up for the voice acting, and I will do that before we play it, but I haven't yet. But I do still have that link, and if I forget the link, I'll just be like, hey, can you send that again? So I will be doing that for sure. Yeah, yeah. I considering as long as it's not any more difficult than it was for like Trails, we'll be fine. I'm not super worried. They make, especially when it's just like adding something in, it's usually just move something to a folder. It's usually not difficult by design. Oh, it's an installer. Yeah, it's fine then. For now though, we got ourselves a monster, a quote, a Discord. I honestly could have stopped the recording of this episode long ago because we've just been talking about non things, but it's fine, whatever. Oh yeah, we need a sound effect too. Do you know what? Why not? Cool. Well, yeah. I am hoping to go to the card store tomorrow. The guy there said that maybe he might be able to get me a better deal on Final Fantasy come Monday. If he can't, I understand. He's not the owner. He's not even the manager. He's just an employee who does right by us. If he can give me a good deal, I'm going to start the stream opening another box of Final Fantasy. If he can't, which again, no fault to them, totally understand it. If the boss says this is the price, that's the price. Cool. I ain't going to fault them. Though we're just going to go straight into Atelier. And if we do open the cards, we're then going to go into Atelier after that anyway. That is our next finish up game. We're going to work on Atelier. Probably no Monster Hunter this week because it was going to be Saturday, but Saturday is our day in the city. So it's probably Monday, Tuesday, Thursday Atelier, Friday, Saturday off, Sunday back here. Yeah. That's the general plan for now. Next weekend, I'll be around all weekend. This weekend, I won't. The 30th, I'll be around for, but the 30th is, even though I didn't do well last league in Magic, I still got enough points just by showing up because participation counts, and everyone else who was way better than me was spotty on attendance. I'm technically in top 8, so I get to play for real prizes. Sure, the real prizes are only 3rd place and up, but if my luck turns around on the 30th, that would be a really good day for the luck to turn around. Really good day. We're talking like the first league I was a part of, the prize was like a $600 land out of the case. Like straight $600 land. I think the second one was like a collector's 2 collector's booster boxes, because at the time those added up to like 500-600. Now a collector's booster is more than that, but you know, of all the days for my luck to turn around, I would pick that day. Yeah, maybe it depends on what else is coming out and what I see. I would like that excuse to sit down and play 9 again, but we'll see. I don't really know what's coming out at the end of the year or what things are going to bring me, but you are correct. After Atelier, October, I would like to get 9 souls in there, but I don't think it's an overly long game. After those, I don't really have any plans other than the aforementioned Sundays turning into, oops, all ramen tickets. But for the rest of the time, I don't have any plans. We could also hit up Judgment, Lost Judgment. I've had those for a while. Those have been on the back burner. I don't have any of the other Yakuza spin-offs right now. I want to play Pirate, but I just haven't grabbed it yet. Yeah, Pirate Yakuza's on that list, but I don't have it yet. And it's one of those ones that I'm really not kind of gonna rush into. Same with what was it, Isun? Like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to go on a big sale. If I wasn't getting it day 1, at this rate I can wait. I'm excited for it. Pirate Majima sounds phenomenal, but I'm okay to wait. So yeah, we have options after those, but none of them are right now like a set in stone thing. I'm really focusing on October is going to be huge. We've put off Atelier for a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to be great to finish it, and I really do want to play 9 Souls. That's for me. I've heard such good things about it, and it sounds like a game I'd want to play. I don't think I have anything else on here that like I'm saving to play. Yeah, not really. 9 Souls. Oh, well, that's October. That doesn't count. Yeah, most of these are just stuff to mess around with in my own time. Yeah, at least nothing installed that I was saving. Unsighted could be fun too, but I haven't actively been working on it or saving it. So, Look, I will eventually sit down and play that game. It means too much to too many people that I know that I would like to also share that experience, even though I know so much about it already, just by osmosis. I am not going to commit to streaming that game. I don't think that would be an enjoyable game to watch me stream, and I don't think that's how I want to experience that game. Not only that, but I sat in on some of the later things that they did. I've seen a lot of that game. I still think I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it, for sure, and I'm going to play it, but I don't think that's when I'm going to commit to streaming. That's just me. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds, but right now, that's not the current plan at all. So, but yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, feel free to either comment on the Discord or message me anytime if you have any questions about Viper tickets or whatnot. Always open. Easy to talk about it here too, but nothing else eventually. Sure. Okay. What if I helps you sleep at night? I'm gonna go get some food. This has been really fun. This game is a lot. I can't wait to see where it's going and then see the extra content. See you all next time.